disco stick. Let's have some fun, this beat is sick. I wanna take a ride on your disco stick. Let's play a love game, play a love game. Do you want love or you want fame? Are you in the game? Down the love game.
I get knocked out, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked out, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked out, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked out, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down.
Let's have some fun, this beat is sick. I wanna take a ride on your disco stick. Don't think too much, just bust that kick. I wanna take a ride on your disco
I
stick.
get knocked out, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked out, but I get up again.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
I wanna get numb and forget where I'm from. Just looking in your eyes, like looking at the sun. I feel like you're the moon, I feel like I'm the one. I wanna get numb, I wanna get numb.
I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, ricochet. You take your aim. Far away.
I don't wanna know if you're playing me, keep it on the low. 'Cause my heart can't take it anymore. And if you're creeping, please don't let it show. Oh baby, I don't wanna know.
You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am
Damn, why he been sober? I'm a smoker. But I want drink, I take all my reward. Who can be sober? But I want what we want. Just be honest. Damn, why he been sober?
I need something you prove, something stronger than I'm used to. Yeah, I've been pulling 92 hard and feel like nothing's gonna cut it. That's the hard truth.
When I told her, I said, yeah, yeah. Shorty got time, said come and get me. Yeah, yeah. I get so caught up, I got you told me. Yeah, yeah. Hurry my girls, the best of all me. Yeah, yeah. Next thing I do,
Yeah, I need something you prove. Oh, I need something you prove.
next thing I do,
Yeah, I need something you prove. Oh, I need something you prove.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, it's like work, nigga, should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor, nigga, work some black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a bird to snatch. Cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull a trigger, kill a nigga, he's a hero. Get it back to the kids, to the hell, kid. One less up your mouth on the welfare.
I'm damned if I do give a damn what people say. No deal, but I need this shit they want from me. I just wanna say that I'm loving
What you know about us, I got what you need. Looking for the story, get what you want. You get what you please. We about to get it on. Take off the drawers. It's just you and me. You know what I be doing. I'm about to go wrong. Cause I like what I see.
California knows how to party. California knows how to party. In the city of Berlin. In the city of Belwethers. In the city of Compton. We keep it rockin'. We keep it rockin'.
I feel bonita.
Push me and then just touch me till I can get my satisfaction.
Push me and then just touch me till I can get my satisfaction.
But baby, you hardly even know when I try to show you. Song is meant to keep you doing what you're supposed to. Waking up too early, maybe we could sleep. Make you banana pancakes, pretend like it's the weekend now.
That girl is a real crowd, please. Small world, all her friends know of me. Young bull living like an old keys. Quick release the cash, watch it fall slowly.
Waking up too early, maybe we could sleep. Make you banana pancakes, pretend like it's the weekend now.
Smoke in the air, binge drink.
Look.
Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish, and motherfuckers act like they forgot about Dre. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish, and motherfuckers act like they forgot about Dre. So what do you say to somebody you hate, or anyone trying to bring trouble your way? One of his all things gonna bloody your way. Just study your tape of NWA. One day I was walking by with a Walkman on when I caught a guy, give me an awkward eye. Strangled him off in the parking lot with his cock and eye.
You stay on my mind, think about you all the time. Got to get to know you well. If you kiss, then I will tell. You stay on my mind, think about you all the time. Got to get to know you well. If you kiss, then I will tell.
I took the walk to Poland. I took the walk to Poland.
College educated, she graduated. Any bill she can't front, her parents paid it. The show was far, you the only one with a car out your girlfriends. But being that she's a big fan, of course she made it. Most girls wanna hide the fact of the thrill they chasing, but you just wanna get drunk tonight and fuck someone famous. So I just name a time and a place, and your game for it. Value player, hotel room, meet you there.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. So darling, darling,
Baby girl, you know what I want. Let me do it to you, do it to you. Let me do you like Baby girl, you know what I want. Let me do it to you, do it to you. Let me do you like
so darling, darling, stand by me, oh stand
have mercy on your soul.
Do you still want me? Can I be honest? I still want your hands up on. Baby, if you want me, you've got to show me love. Words are so easy to say. You've got to show me love. Can I be honest? I still want your hands up on my body. You still make my heart beat fast. Ferrari with me in the wave, but in the morning I need you to hold on. Maybe please not too far away. Although I should be the one to say we all make mistakes. Take me anywhere. Tell me what you need to say. 'Cause I know it's meant to be someone. Meant to be someone.
I can buy myself flowers, write my name in sand, talk to myself for hours, say things you don't understand.
When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. Oh,
I can take myself dancing, and I can hold my head. Yeah, I can love me better than you can.
Y'all already know who I am. My name's Topher.
Cause I'm a monster.
I know you're tired of loving with nobody to love. Nobody. Just grab somebody. Don't live in this party with nobody to love. Nobody.
And I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills, where the landslide brought it down. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes older, children get older, and I'm getting older too.
then somebody said to me, nigga, why you babysitting? Only 2 or 3 shots. I'ma show you how to turn it up a notch. First you get a swimming pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. Pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. I wave a few bottles, then I watch them all fly. All the girls wanna play, man, watch. I got a swimming pool full of liquor and they dive in it. Pool full of liquor, I'ma dive in it.
Love her mom, but it's the season of the sticks. And I saw your mom, she forgot that I existed. And it's half my fault, but I just like to play the victim. I'll drink alcohol till my friends come home for Christmas. Party rock is in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. And we gon' make you lose your mind. Everybody just have a good time. And I'll dream each night of some virgin
chains to break, holding you. Were you born to resist? Don't be abused. Is someone getting the best, the best, the best, the best of you?
Keep up, baby boy, here's my
Can we find love again? Is this time? Yeah. Tell me how many more tears will dry till you hit me with can we talk and try love again?
I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this. In a matter of time I spent on some locked up shit in the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game, and I said, yeah, I do. If you want it, you gotta see it with a clear eye view. Got shorty, she try and bless me like I said I
When I
do.
met you in the summer, to my heartbeat sound, we fell in love as the leaves turn brown. And we could be together, baby, as long as skies are blue. You act so innocent now, but you lied so soon. When I met you in the summer, when I met you in the summer,
And it became personal with me.
You ready? Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. When I bought the ass tomorrow, y'all thought it was rented. Flexing on these niggas, I'm like Papa on his spinach. Double M, yeah, that's my team. Rose, the captain, I'm lieutenant. I'm the type can the main captain, grind like I'm broke. That Lambo, my new bitch, she ride like my ghost. I'm riding around my city with my hands strapped on my toes. Cause these niggas want me dead, and I gotta make it back home.
I got way too much time to be this hurt. Somebody help, it's getting worse. What do you do with a broken heart? Once the love fades, everything starts.
She wants to touch me, woo. She wants to love me, woo. She'll never leave me, woo.
Don't trust her, never trust her. Won't trust her, won't trust me.
Shush, girl. Shut your lips. Do the Helen Keller and talk with your hips. I said, shush, girl. Shut your lips. Do the Helen Keller and talk with your hips. I said.
There she goes again, racing through my brain, and I just can't contain. All I know is 10:35, and I can feel your arms around me. Let them drown me. All I know is 10:35, and I'm I take you home, would you still be in love, baby? In love, baby. I wonder if I take you home, would you still be in love, baby? In love, baby. How deep is your love? Is it like the ocean? What devotion are you? How deep is your love? Is it like Nirvana? Hit me harder again. How deep is your love? Don't fuck with my heart. No, 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 no. Don't fuck with my heart. How deep is your love? No, 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 no. Don't fuck with my heart. You got the love. You got the love. You got the love. You got the love. Want it up?
Copped the BMW, new deposit, I picked up another bag. Like fuck it, I'ma count while I'm in it. I had planes flying, crowds screaming, money counting chains, clanking shit. I guess that's how it sound when you win. I ain't joking, do it sound like I'm kidding. I've been making like 2,000 a minute. So high up through the clouds, I was swimming. I'm probably gonna drown when I'm in it. I bet she gon' get loud when I'm in it.
Thinking better, I wasted on you. All of this time and all of this money. All of these sorries, I don't owe you money. All of these miles on this Chevy and prayers in a pew. All them days I spent wasted on you. Wasted on you.
Copped the BMW, new deposit, I picked up another bag. Like fuck it, I'ma count while I'm in it.
No clouds in my stones. Let it rain, I hydroplane in the thing. Coming down at the Dow Jones. When the clouds come, we come. We Rockefeller, we fly higher than weather. The cheap vibes are better, you know me. In anticipation for precipitation, stack chips with a rainy day. Jay, Rain Man is back with Little Miss Sunshine. Rihanna, where you at?
Just like the wild wind does. Sings a song, sounds like she's
Let's
singing.
do it, baby! Let's do it, baby!
Just like the wild wind.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Traders, 8:01 a.m. on this Thursday morning. Oh, baby. Pass them around. Let's have a good time. Let's see what we have coming on up here next. All right, traders. Right now at this moment, little side note. UPXI just came out with a crypto Solana press release. Sometimes, again, these plays can go on some sort of rip and run. I just kind of want to make sure that we're not missing anything in case anything does go on a big spike pop. We have been seeing a lot of crypto plays kind of go crazy recently. So I do have, again, the highlighted words, crypto and Solana in case anything big happens right there. If you guys see anything taking off at this exact moment, I'm going to shut my door real quick. If you guys see anything taking off at this exact moment, go ahead and feel free to throw it on out there in chat. So, again, we just do not miss it in any sort of way. We got a little bit of ALZN. I'll take a look at it, guys. Got a little ALZN. ALZN's kind of doing that, typical pump and dump type of move. LRHC right now. What's this one doing? Also another little pump and dump type of move. So I don't know if there's anything too ginormous right at 8 o'clock just yet. Let me see. ALZN. ALZN had the potential. Again, I don't want you guys jumping in on these. If anything, short them. Right? The quick little spike, the quick little dump right back on down. So a lot of these plays, ALZN did come out with its first patient in phase 2 trials. Phase 2 is a good, credible keyword. Talking about phase trials, with a biopharmaceutical company that is so important. Other than that, though, I think we're all set right now at 8 o'clock. We got some time to kind of go over absolutely everything. We got more than enough time. Let's break this day on down, guys, from start to finish. Let's talk about what we have coming on up. Let's make sure every single trader is ready to rock and roll. But before I even go any farther, make sure you guys smash that thumbs on up right now. If you guys are on YouTube at this moment, I'll tell you what. There is, at this time, 22 likes on this video. 22. Guys, what is this? JV? What are we doing right here? We're playing, little kids soccer, passing it back and forth. What are we doing? We're bowling with the bumpers on?
Can we again run the likes up a little bit right here? Let's get ourselves going on this day, because I'm about to drop some value for every single person and make sure you guys are growing and learning, becoming better traders every single day. Smash that thumbs on up right now, and let's get after it. Now, team, let's see here. What I want to start off with is probably a big announcement that you guys saw. Now, what is that big announcement? The big announcement is that we are going to be starting the large account on Monday, June 9th. That gives everyone about 1 week. 1 week to prepare, 1 week to get all set, 1 week to make sure that you guys are all ready to rock and roll. So I think that's a good, a good idea. Give everyone 1 week. And again, next week, I am going to be giving you all the broker details. Everyone's been asking that. Dek, what broker are you going to use to short? What broker? The thing is, and I just want to make sure, again, I make myself clear here, is I, again, reached out to so many different brokers, and I wanted to make sure that if we use your broker, we were going to be able to short every single one of these low float plays. Every single one of these low float stocks that pop on up, we want to have shorts available to go against it. Then on top of that, I don't want to be charged out of the wazoo. I want to make sure, again, what I am trading, what I am getting myself involved in, I'm not getting all my profits eaten up by brokerage fees. That's, again, very important to me. So I want to make sure we get 50% off, our brokerage fees. I want to make sure we have free platform. I want to make sure whatever. So I cannot say who I've chosen right now. But what I will say is it's coming out next week. And the reason why is we're just trying to get everything figured out still. They, again, have approved, but they just have to go through their team and make sure everything is all set and that they can actually reach these deals. That's how, again, big and how important this is to me. I want to be able to short every single stock. I don't care if it's Apple. I don't care if it's ALZN. I don't care if it's ZEO. I want to short every single low float play. I don't care if there's a lot of shares or if there's a low float or a large float or whatever. I want to be able to go against it. So if you can't do that for us, we're not using you. They said, hey, we will make sure that you can have that. Hey, I don't want to be eaten up at the wazoo with all these different commission fees. Hey, we'll make sure that doesn't happen. So the thing is, traders, I will, again, be giving you guys that detail coming on up early next week so that every single person is all set. But what I will say is, again, when do I go back to my large account? That's going to be on June 9th on Monday. So Monday, June 9th, that is the time that we are going to be getting after it, ready to rock and roll. Very exciting time. And you guys have 1 week until we get ready for that large trading account. Okay? So let's make sure that we're all set with that. Obviously, again, a very exciting time that every single trader is ready to rock and roll on. All right. Now, as you guys can see, kicking off this day, we do have ZEO, we have NAOV, we have VCIG, we have ALZN, we have PLRZ. Team, what is actually going on with this day? What is actually going on with this momentum? What is actually going on with some of these plays here? Well, again, with a lot of these stocks that we're seeing at this moment, they are all, of course, lower floats. Notice how they're all dark blue. Now, we want this. We want dark blue stocks. Now, again, the reason why we want dark blue stocks is the lower the float, right? The lower the float, just little heads on up, the harder the spike can be. For anyone who does not know, the float is just the supply of shares. That's all it is. It's the shares that are available to us. When there is a low supply and a high demand, price is going to increase dramatically. So when we have a large supply, we would need a huge demand. When we have a low supply, and even if we have a little demand, stock goes on a very nice rip and run. So ZEO only has 2.4 million shares available. Guess what? People want to start buying it. ZEO increases in price dramatically. NAOV only 2.14 million shares available. Guess what happens? The stock increases dramatically. PLRZ, again, 15,000 in float. People buy PLRZ, the stock increases dramatically because when there's a low supply of something and people want it, that price is going to move quickly. That's why low float stocks are always the best to look for that quick money, for that very fast spike up, spike back on down, whatever it could be. So, what do we have here, traders? ZEO, NAOV, PLRZ, VSIG, ALZN. Do all these stocks have credibility, or maybe only some of them have credibility? Let's go ahead and turn off again the float, and let's just change this on out by, again, our percentage. And we could see ZEO, the number one top gainer in the stock market, has credibility. It does have a press release right here. We also have VCIG, which does have credibility. And we also have ALZN, which does have credibility. So VCIG has a press release, VCN has a ALZN has a press release, VCIG has a press release, and ZEO has a press release. The ones that don't have a press release is going to be like PLRZ, and it looks like NAOV. But that's okay because, again, these are the hotter ones anyway. ZEO, VCIG, and ALZN. Those are the more better plays at this time regardless. But it is always nice It's always nice to be able to see that credibility. It's always nice to know, okay, this stock is spiking because of this reason. This stock is moving on up because there's credibility. I'll tell you right now, it does get a little scary. It is a little tough to pull the trigger on a stock when, guess what, traders? It seems like, we're jumping on a play hoping that a stock is going to move on up, and we're saying to ourselves, well, why is it moving on up? And it's like, I don't know. I don't know why it's moving on up. So when a stock has news, at least, again, we know it's not going to just be a pump and dump. Sure, some of these low float stocks might go up and come right back on down, but there's a better chance for it to hold if there's a press release behind it. If there's, again, some sort of reason or some sort of rhyme that could hold this play on up. So great to be able to see right there. Now, ZEO, let's kind of break down some of these plays. Okay, let's scroll on down. Let's break down what we have. Number one play today, ZEO spikes 90% after an acquisition deal. ZEO is going to acquire another company. Easy as that. Traders, a lot of times you read a press release and it shouldn't be confusing on if it's good or bad. If we acquire another press release, what do you expect that's going to happen? Well, let's say you're a business, you're a company, and you acquire another business. Well, now guess what? You're gaining all of their resources. You're gaining all of their revenue streams. You're gaining their assets, which could be cars, could be buildings, could be, again, employees. You're gaining whatever, right? All their tools. Your company stock is now going to be reflected as you are now a larger company, probably going to be making more money. So again, ZEO, is it a shock that this stock went on a spike this morning? The answer is no, it's not a shock in any sort of way. ZEO, again, came out with a press release at 6:30 in the morning, it seems like, started ripping and running and spiking and climbing. And guess what? It's just the stock was, the acquisition is now reflected into the stock's price. We are a bigger company. If we are a bigger company, guess what? The price is now going to go up. So ZEO, pretty simple on why that stock started moving, why that stock is starting to rip and run. As you can also see right now, we also do have ALZN, right? What's going on with ALZN at this moment? ALZN just came out with a nice press release as well, where it says what? ALZN announces dosing of first patient in phase 2 clinical trials in lithium in brain study taking place at Massachusetts General Hospital. So we do have, again, our first patient over on ALZN for phase 2. It's not the biggest press release in the world because they're not saying, oh, we have positive data on the first patient. It's not saying we have breakthrough design on our first patient. It's not saying anything along those lines, but it does at least have credibility. And what else does it have? Under 1 million in float. ALZN came out with a press release. ALZN gives traders a reason to buy it. Remember, why do people jump into a stock? Because there's a reason. If it's a low float stock, that stock could get even more hype, even more momentum. So ALZN low float, ALZN credible news, ALZN number 2 top gainer right now with a 54% gain. ALZN looking to be able to spike and rip and run up towards that 50-day moving average up near 646. So ZEO and ALZN are, of course, the number 1, number 2 top plays to be focusing on. Those are the stocks that you guys really want to be looking at. Those are the stocks that have the most attention. Now, there are a lot of big things, of course, I want to go over on this day. Now, what else do I want to talk about on this day? I want to talk about the S&P 500. The S&P 500 traders, for anyone who does not know, had a massive gap up this morning. It is starting to give a whole lot back, though. If you guys take a look over on over on the S&P 500, we actually went last night from 587 and spiked all the way up to 598. Now, ladies and gentlemen, guys, we were almost at 600. We were almost at 600, which was huge, which is amazing for us. And what was the reason behind this, team? Well, what we saw, let's scroll on down here, is right here. It says the federal court rejects Trump's reciprocal tariffs. So do you guys remember when Trump came on out, was holding that sign of every single country and what they want to place a tariff on? They said, all right, hey, China puts us at 100% tariffs. We are going to do 50% tariffs. We're doing half of these tariffs of what they do to us. Remember when he had that sign, he was like saying, okay, we have this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. Well, it took 4.5 months, didn't it? About 4.5 months. But the federal court now came out last night that said, Trump, you can't do your tariffs anymore. Whoa, okay. So what do we have? Well, we're going to have controversy. We're going to have a lot of left versus right. We're going to definitely have a lot of issues going on. Now, traders, I'm going to speak to you as an investor. I'm going to speak to you on how, again, probably an investor sees this. And I'm also going to speak to you on how I see this. What I would say, if I'm, again, taking a look at this moment, is I know, number one, tariff has been a scary word, okay? So if we wanted to kind of break this on down, and I just want to make sure we're good here. Okay, awesome. So if we want to break this on down, these are my thoughts. These are my thoughts on the federal court rejecting Trump on his tariffs. Number one, why did it take so long? Why did we have Trump working and negotiating and the United States spending all these resources for the last 4.5 months if the federal court was just going to reject it anyway and say, oh, no, you can't do that? Now Trump's going to say, I'm the president of the United States. I want to go ahead and be able to place tariffs. Now the federal court says, no, you can't do that. Well, why did it take 4.5 months? I've just been wasting all this time. I could have been doing other things at this point. Now, at the same time, as an investor, guess what's going on here? Tariffs has been a scary word. You mentioned the word tariffs, the market has come crashing all the way back on down. We could see in early April, the market was dropping. April 6th, April 7th, we were all the way down towards $481 on the S&P 500. That's pretty nuts to say. But then guess what started happening? Now we're starting to move on up. Now, again, we're starting to get more deals. So it also seems like a little bit of weird timing as well. The markets were crashing, everything was dumping and fading and falling, and guess what happens? We don't have any sort of federal court rejection. But now, guess what happens? Well, we just had a deal with the United Kingdom. Now, again, we just had a pause with Europe to be able to talk with them. We are, again, making negotiations with China. The markets are coming all the way back up towards 600, and now federal court says, hey, you can't do any tariffs. I just feel like there's a lot of weird things happening. Now, as an investor, guess what? Tariffs a scary word. We're getting rid of tariffs. So guess what we saw? We saw the S&P 500 jump on up $10 last night. We saw the Dow jumping 500 points last night. Because if people are saying, wow, hold on a second, why did the markets fall in 2025? Because again, we had tariffs. Tariffs, the uncertainty of tariffs, the fear of what tariffs could do, trade wars, who knows what's going to happen with tariffs? That was the fear. Now, again, we're saying no more tariffs. No more tariffs whatsoever. Investors are saying, hey, I don't care if you're left. I don't care if you're right. I don't care if you're Democratic. I don't care if you're Republican. Guess what? If we have no tariffs, I don't have to have any more fear. Market shoots all the way back up towards 600. Dow jumped on up 500 points this morning. So, sure, as an investor, you can definitely say, okay, let's see if we can break back up towards high of the days. Let's see if we can break back on up towards, of course, that 2025 high. Can we get up towards, again, $613, the 52-week high, the highest we ever been? Sure, that could be absolutely great. As, let's say, your personal, if you're left or if you're right, that's all up to discussion. I'm not here to, again, talk politics, okay, and saying, okay, hey, the Democrats shouldn't have done this. The Republicans shouldn't have done this. That's not what I'm referring to. But I am referring to, again, right now, I do think it's weird that, again, we went 4.5 months. Why, again, did it take so long for us to, again, kind of say, no, you can't do this? So, I mean, that's a little bit weird. At the same time, as an investor, as long as the markets are going on up, I don't care. So again, if markets go up because tariffs are getting rejected and we can't have them, that's great. If the market moves on up because, again, tariffs are working and we're making deals, that's great. So two things at this moment. Making deals, markets moving on up. Getting rejected off tariffs, market moving on up. Regardless, market's moving on up. So again, either side you look at it is a positive for long-term investors. As you could imagine, Trump's administration is appealing this result. They're trying to get this fixed and resolved right away. But I will say this is probably not going to get fixed or resolved probably until the end of the year. Like, that's just my honest opinion. It's not like they say, okay, we're going to put an appeal on this. We want to do tariffs. And the court's going to say, okay, yeah, you're right. Our bad. It is probably going to be 3, 6, or 9 months before this is even, available to even go back into discussion. So who knows? Is this, and again, I don't want to get political and too much, but is this, let's say, all right, let's try to stop Trump from, again, putting tariffs? Is this an actual decision of saying, hey, you know what? We don't want this to happen. Is this some sort of insider government? Is this, actually looking at the numbers and saying, hey, we're going to start a trade war? I don't know. That's for you to be able to figure on out. But I'm just telling you what we are currently seeing, how the market's reacting to it. And of course, right now, we're probably not even going to be discussing tariffs for probably a long time at this point, because it's going to take a long time before this appeal goes through. Then we're going to have court dates. Then again, we might start this whole entire process over in 2026. So we might have some time here. But that's why, just a little heads on up, the S&P 500 had a very big move all the way up towards, again, 600. So S&P 500 still looking to be able to break through that 600 area. We will see what we get. All right, pretty nuts to be able to see that. Now, not only that, traders, we did see NVIDIA come out with a winning earnings last night. So again, NVIDIA, one of my long-term investments, guys. As you guys know, I'm sitting on NVIDIA at $98. So I got NVIDIA at the price of $98, and again, holding this play for a while. Now it's all the way on up, as you guys can see, to 141. Let's see where NVIDIA is at right now at this time. Nvidia still sitting right around that 141 mark. Did come out with the earnings last night. Market did explode on up. Did anyone do the strategy? Did anyone do the prop firm strategy? You again take two accounts. You buy one, you short one. You lose one account, you win the other account. Now you become a funded trader. So again, for anyone who did do that, obviously you're all set, ready to go. Nvidia again came out with good results. Guess what happened? Nvidia spiked on up, and if you jumped in at 134, 135. You're currently sitting up towards around 142 right now. I mean, you're going to pass your test. So that's great if you guys, again, took advantage of that. You know, whenever you have these hot earnings reports, you could definitely be able to make a lot of money. You could definitely be able to make a lot of cash, and you could definitely pass a prop firm account, you know, as really as simple as 1, 2, 3, you know? So, guys, little heads on up. Let me go back over here. ALZN, trying to get a little bit of this momentum and still trying to push. Let me again post the news for everyone over on ALZN, because I actually haven't even posted any sort of news for you guys. So this is, you know, one of those hotter plays at this moment. Put that up on the top, level 2. This came on out 19 minutes ago over on ALZN. But yeah, it's ALZN and CEO are the two hot plays. Now, as I stated, guys, my big trading, right? My big trading is going to be coming on up on, again, Monday, June 9th. So if you're saying, Dek, I want to see you go crazy again. I want to see you trade big. I want to see you go nuts. I want to see you make as much money as you possibly can. I want to see you, again, have a $100,000 month. Again, that's going to all start happening once again over on June 9th, Monday. That gives you 1 week. Now, again, early next week, I will be going over what broker I will be using, over all the deals I'll be getting you guys, everything along those lines. And the reason why, of course, we want to give you guys, 5 days or so to kind of set on up is so that you can go ahead, get your brokerage set on up, make sure you guys are all good, ready to rock. And the thing is, team, I get this excuse all the time. I really do. I get this excuse all the time where traders are basically saying what to me? Oh, Dek, I can't short. My broker won't allow me to short. This is the number one thing I will get. Oh, Dek, that's great. You made $3,000. I couldn't join you. My broker won't allow me to short. Oh, Dek, hey, I saw you again shorted stock XYZ and you made again $6,000. Oh, my broker won't allow me to short. Traders, I will tell you this right now. Starting next week, use the broker I'm using. Use the broker I am using. People act like it's like, what they're born with. It's like, oh, hey, I'm only 5'1". I can't play basketball. Like, guys, you can literally do what? You can literally just change your broker. It is so simple. People act like they're trapped with their broker. Oh, I wish I could trade this play, but I just can't. My broker won't allow me. Get a different broker. The whole reason why I've been doing this entire deal, the whole reason why this has been taking so long, the whole reason why, again, this has been a little bit of a time-consuming process is because I wanted to make sure we get deals, we get short locates, we can be able to bet against every single one of these plays. That's what I want you guys to realize. That's what I want you guys to see. So every single person should be saying, all right, I'm changing my broker next week if we're shorting. If I'm betting against these plays, I'm changing my broker. So whoever you're using right now, if you cannot short every single stock, which is probably 99% of you guys will be switching brokers next week. And that's fine. That's a good thing. That's exciting. So again, I cannot tell you what the broker is until, again, Monday of next week. The reason why is because, again, as I stated, we have so many deals. We have so many things coming on up. They have to make sure it just is all approved by their law team and just making sure everything's all good. Because, again, if I'm getting you guys 50% discounts, if I'm getting you guys free platform, if I'm getting you guys, again, short locates, if I'm making sure you guys can short every microcap play, they don't want to make a deal that they cannot, again, 100% back up. So they're just making sure everything is all set, ready to go. And then, of course, on Monday, I will be able to tell you guys that, and then you guys will be all ready to rock and roll. Okay? So let's make sure you guys are all set here. Dek, what would be the minimum deposit? Again, don't worry about that. We'll make sure it's anything that you guys can do. Okay. So we're gonna figure that out. For the minimum deposit thing. What I would like to make it is a minimum 2,000. Minimum 2,000. And obviously maximum is whatever you want. So right now here, traders, ALZN still trying to squeeze itself on up. This stock is kind of turning into that number one top gaining play. ALZN, number one top gainer, up 110%. ZEO starting to fade and fall. What do we got on NAOV? No. VCIG? No. So right now, traders, this little heads on up. VCIG. This play goes from $3, spikes on up to $6, back on down to $3. All right, so again, this play, big time spike, come on down. NAOV, let's just go back to NAOV real quick. NAOV, big time spike, come back on down. ZEO right here, again, a little bit of a spike, it comes back on down. ALZN right now trying to get a little bit of this hype and trying to get a little bit of this momentum. So traders, one of the big things I want to talk about at this moment, okay, one of the big things that I want to talk about is, again, I still feel like it's kind of crazy. I have to persuade some of you guys to understand, again, why shorting is so great, and of course, what our strategy is going to be. For anyone who does not get it, for anyone who does not understand what we're going to be doing, is we are going to be buying stocks with hot news, finding the stocks that go on the big time rip and run, and then shorting them right back on down. So, for instance, ALZN. ALZN traders, what would I want to do on this play? This is going to be a play that I would want to be buying right now. And then, of course, once it starts turning and shifting, we are going to want to be able to short it. Every single morning, we are going to wake up and do the same exact thing that we have been doing. Number one, we take a look over on the Fox Runner news scanner. We find the hottest news that comes on out. ALZN, top of the board right here. 2-star word that came out with a 111% gain. Talks about having positive phase 2 trial results. ALZN has good news, has good credibility. We found it right away, right at 8 o'clock. The stock goes on this massive rip and run. But what do we know about these top gainers? We know, and I will say it day after day after day, these are stocks that will never hold their gains. Guys, get it through your head right now. These low float plays are day trades. No one actually cares about these companies. When was the last time you actually even knew the name of the company you jumped in on a day trade? When was the last time you knew the CEO, actually knew what they did? I don't know any of that. I have no idea. When I jump into a stock, traders, I'm playing it based off the fact that I believe momentum is going to take over. I see a stock that has sub 5 million in float, has a hot keyword on a press release, spikes on up, and I know other traders in the entire world are also going to buy that out of greed, out of momentum, out of, again, low float, and it's going to go on a quick spike and rip and run. Now, the thing is, team, can anyone even off the top of their head name yesterday's top gainers? The answer is no. You probably can't. And the reason why is because you don't care about these plays that much either. You are just trying to make a quick buck. And the moment, again, these spike on up, you're making money. And the moment they dump on down, you don't care about them in any sort of way. It is the same cycle that repeats itself every single day. Top gainers come out with news in pre-market. If you can buy them in pre-market, go ahead and make that money. And once they go at the start of the day, everyone takes their profits, shorters take over, and the stock and fades all the way back on down. Sure, there will be times that a top gainer will hold its gains and maybe become a 1 or 2 day top gainer. We have a stop loss, no harm done. But the majority of the time, these top gainers are going to spike and then come crashing right back on down, as we can already see in pre-market today, right? Let's take a look at pre-market. Right now we have ALZN, which is holding on up very well, still moving on a big rip and run. ZEO, though, guess what ZEO did? ZEO went from $1.50, spiked up to $3.90. It's now fading and falling all the way back on down. What's the easy cheat sheet? The easy cheat sheet, as I've talked about, is, again, just taking a look at upper shadows. Once a stock forms an upper shadow after having an overextended move, it's an easy way to know that red candles are coming up in the future. We have a very big spike, upper shadow forms, stock again has red candles. Now again, we have a very nice spike. Guess what happened? Up in shadow, and stock has red candles. Not only that, we could start building again lower highs. We could start looking for shorts. As long as it stays underneath these lower high patterns and it has that upper shadow, we know that we could keep looking for the short side. Let's take a look over on NAOV here. NAOV again had a nice morning spike. Stock went on a rip and run, had the form of the upper shadow at the very tippity top. That's our indicator that the stock's going to reverse and fade and fall. And ever since then, again, has been building some lower highs. Did break above those lower highs for a second here, but now again, still fading and falling back on down. Let's take a look at VCIG. VCIG came out with hot news. Came out with hot news at 7:30 a.m. Stock went from $2, exploded all the way up to $6. Remember, if you're watching Fox Runner News Scanner, you could be able to find these hot press releases the moment they come on out with news, right? We all know that, right? So if we scroll on down towards, let's say, VCIG at 7 a.m. or 7:30, where was this play? VCIG. Again, you're watching the news scanner right here. Here's again, 7:33. VCIG came out with a hot press release. We see it. We notice it. We jump in on this play. Boom. We make a lot of money. Stock gets overextended, forms its upper shadow. Once again, the stock forms its upper shadow. We know it's over with. Now, again, the stock's been fading and falling and dropping all the way back on down. So really, again, if you want to become a master of this, what do you have to do? Number one, you got to be able to study the hot news. Once you find the hottest play, you can go ahead and jump in on it right away and make money towards the upside. If you are a person you're finding that you're late every single day, you find a person that you are buying at the top every single day, you have to say, hey, I'm not going to buy this. Wait for the upper shadow to form, wait for the stock to start turning and falling, building lower highs, and then again, you jump in on the reversal side and bet against it. But it's the same thing every day. Every morning, traders, and I'm just going to draw this out in the most simple and easiest explanation. I'm trying to be very blunt, not be around the bush at all. Literally just give you the answer. What we essentially have every single day, for anyone who does not know, is we have these is the group of trader. This is, let's just say, hypothetically, there's 3 million day traders that wake up and trade the markets every single day. 3 million of us. And we're all, again, sitting right here at our computers waiting for a hot press release. And all of a sudden, we see stock XYZ come out with a press release. XYZ comes out with a press release. Guess what? Everyone now is going to shift over here. Everyone buys it, tries to make money, and the moment it starts fading and falling on down, everyone takes their profits and they go back to their computer chair. And they sit here and they're waiting. And now again, guess what happens? Another stock comes on out. Stock ABC comes on out, right? ABC. There we go. And then again, guess what happens? We start seeing everyone shift over here, and this one spikes on up. And as this one spikes on up, everyone leaves this play and it starts fading and falling all the way back on down. Now everyone's having a good time making money over here and again trying to make some gains. And then guess what happens, guys? We see another new press release come on out. And we are going to have, let's say, DEF ticker come on out. And DEF ticker starts going on a big rip and run. And everyone again leaves ABC. And again, ABC comes crashing all the way back on down. And everyone runs over to DEF and say, I want to make money over here. So all it is every single day is we have 3 million traders all sitting in front of their desk every day, watching the news scanner at 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30. We're sitting here watching for any sort of hot news, and we're saying to ourselves, okay, hey, what's going to be the best play of the day? We find a hot press release, comes on out, stock goes on a big time rip and run, and we say, wow, that's amazing. Then VCIG starts fading on down. Why did it start falling on down? Because ZEO starts going on a rip, and ZEO starts going on a big time spike and rip, forms an upper shadow, starts fading its way on down. And then ALZN starts going on a very big rip, and ALZN's going on a spike and still holding its gains very well. But the thing is, team, by the end of today, no one's even going to remember ZEIO because, again, it's not making you money. People only care about what's hot in this exact moment. But most likely, again, guess what's going to happen? People are going to start buying ALZN with a 115% gain. Traders are going to start saying, ooh, maybe it'll go up to a 200%, 300%. But if we see another hot press release maybe coming on out in the next few moments here at the time of 8:30, right? We have, new press releases coming on out here, traders. Guess what? It's going to be, guess what? We could possibly see this stock, ALZN, start fading and falling and dropping right back on down. We could see this play fading and falling and crashing as something else takes its place. So really, every single day, it is just, basically, if you want to think about it, it's a whole bunch of high schoolers trying to figure out what's the hot trend of the day. Oh, hey, this is the hot trend of the week. Wear yellow pants. Yellow pants is the hot trend of the week. Oh, yeah, I'm wearing my yellow pants. And then again, guess what? The next week it's something new. And the next week it's something new. And the next week it's something new. And if you, again, are buying the old trend, if you're buying, oh, hey, I'm going to buy VCIG here. Yeah, again, you're the kid wearing yellow pants from 2 weeks ago. That was the cool thing. Not anymore. So again, it's the same thing every day. Wake up, hot news. Play the news. The moment, again, it spikes too high, people dump it off, leave it to the graveyard. Guess what? That graveyard, guys, is where we can make a ton of money. Where, again, we just short against it. Most people say, oh, Dek, well, again, if shorting's so easy, why doesn't everyone do it? Because a lot of people are stupid. That's why. The reason why, again, a lot of people don't do it is because they just don't use the right broker. They say, oh, I try to short it, it doesn't work on my Robinhood account. Oh, I try to short it, it doesn't work on this account. The thing is, you can literally just get a best broker possible, to be able to short every single play and know that they're all going to fall back on down eventually. The only thing you have to worry about is that, yes, there will be a time, there will be a play that will go from $2 to $10, you short it, and it goes up to $20 or it goes up to $30. There will be a time. 99% of plays do not do that, but there will be the 1% of plays that do that. And then you have to have a stop loss, because if you don't have a stop loss, you will blow up an account. If you don't have a stop loss, if you don't have discipline, you will lose the majority of your money. Most plays are going to spike, form an upper shadow, come crashing right back on down. Every now and then, you'll see a stock spike on up, form an upper shadow, fall a little bit, you jump in on it, and it squeezes and shorts all the way on up to $15, $20, $30. And if you don't have discipline, you will take a massive loss. That's the only fear. That's the only issue. That's the only problem. So have a stop loss, understand when's the right time to get involved into it. But if you are a person that's constantly buying at the very tippity top, just again say, hey, you know what? I buy at the top every single time. Let me just click the sell button first. Click the sell button, short against it. You make money the entire way, all the way back on down. Guys, I'm trying to just literally give you the answers. Fat Boy Dek, how do we again get a stop loss though? Mental stop loss. Again, when you cannot set stop losses in pre-market. So how do you have a stop loss? Just a mental stop loss. Mental stop loss means what? Hey, if it goes on up past this line, get out. Easy as that. So again, in pre-market and after hours, again, for instance, VCIG. Okay, let's say I short it at the price of again 575. 575 is where I short it. If it goes above $6, that's my mental stop loss. What does that mean? It means if it goes above $6, I get out. So again, that's why I'm talking about having discipline. Having discipline as in, if you have a price and it goes above your price, get out. Sometimes people are like, oh, I have a mental stop loss at $6 and now it's at $6.50. Well, let me give it a second. Now it's at $7. Well, let's see if it comes back down. Now it's at $8. Now it's at $10. Now you blew up an account. So the thing is, you have to have some sort of discipline. You have to be willing to get out of a play, right? So that is very important. That is very, great for everyone. Is shorting better for making easier money than playing the hot news? That's all preference. Again, sometimes, like what I'm saying right here, traders, is what I believe is the easiest way to make money. It is what I believe is the easiest way to make money. But the thing is, team, there are going to be people here that say, Dek, I don't want to short. I'm just going to keep playing hot news. My strategy is every single day I wake up, I look at Fox Runner News Scanner. All I do is, again, I have all my hot keywords. I have, again, my low float set, and I buy stocks, and I've been making, again, a full-time living just doing this every single day. That's great. Some people are going to say, Dek, I absolutely love shorting. All I do is I'm always late to, again, buying the hot news. So I just wait for the big time spike. Then I just short it right back on down. That's great. Some people are going to say, Dek, I don't like doing any of this. I'm going to go do option trades. Okay, that's great. Some people are going to say, Dek, I don't like doing any of this. I'm going to go do cryptocurrency. That's great as well. It is all preference. It is all subjective. I cannot say this is better than this or this is better than that. This is what I like to do. This is the way that I've made my money in the market. This is how, again, I've been successful. So, again, what I see is, do I think shorting is more predictable? Yes. Shorting already gives us the answer. When you have the answer, it's very simple. The number one, again, thing that new traders always ask is, how do you know what stock is going to spike? There are 10,000 stocks out there. How do you know which one is going to spike? Well, again, isn't it nice when, again, we just kind of wait for the one to spike? Hey, ALZN. ALZN is the one that's spiking right now. So now, again, that's going to be the one that's going to be the best shorter. Just like, again, ZEO spiked, didn't it? And now that's turning into a nice short. Didn't NEOV spike? And NEOV, didn't that turn into a nice short? And VCIG, didn't that one spike? And didn't that one turn into a nice short? So the thing is, it is very predictable. Whatever is the top gainer with the lowest float every single morning is probably going to turn into the best short every day. Dek, I bought a stock and got in right when the press release came out. It dumped on me literally within 10 seconds. It was up 30%. How do I avoid that? Again, that's very tough to be able to avoid at times. There's no easy answer on that. There is going to be times that news comes on out and a stock will go on a big time rip and run. There's news, sometimes news comes on out. It looks like it's about to spike and it dumps back on down. There's no way to avoid that other than, again, having a stop loss or, again, having that mental stop loss. But there are times, just a little heads on up, there are times, depending on the day, you might have, again, the same exact press release. You might say we have positive phase 3 trials. And again, a press release on Monday comes on out. And that press release does what? The stock spikes on up a little bit and then comes right back on down. And then you might see positive phase 3 trials on Tuesday. And then guess what happens? The stock spikes up a little bit and then goes on a crazy rip and run. It all just depends sometimes if it catches fire. It all depends on sometimes if, again, there's strong momentum. It just depends on sometimes how many traders jump in on that play. So the thing is, the most important thing is when you jump into a play, as long as you have a stop loss, you will only lose a little, right? You want to say to yourself, okay, let me have a 2-to-1 ratio. Traders, for anyone who does not know, again, you want a 2-to-1 ratio, a 3-to-1 ratio, a 4-to-1 ratio. What that means is when you guys are trading stocks, let's say, again, you start right here. This is a 0 P&L. You have not made any sort of money. Say in your head right now, what is a good win for you? What is a good loss? Let's say, hey, my good win is going to be, let's make it very simple, $400. When I win, I want to make $400. When I lose, I don't want to lose anything more than $200. That's a 2-to-1 ratio. So for now on, whenever you lose a trade, you will not allow yourself to lose more than $200. So you lose one trade, you lose $200. You lose another trade, you lose $200. Now let's say you win one trade. You win one trade, you're back to even. Now again, you win one trade, you're up $400. Now again, you lose 2 trades. Guess what? You're still up $200. Now again, let's say you win one trade. Okay, you're back up $400. You win another trade, you're back up $800. Let's say you lose 2 trades. You're still up $600. Take a look at this. How many times did you lose? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've lost 6 times, right? 6 losses. How many times did you win? You won 1, 2, 3, 4. You won 4 times and you're still up $600 in profit. As long as you are keeping your wins larger than your losses, it's impossible to lose an account. It's an impossible feat. Because the thing is, you could lose twice. You could lose 4 times. And as long as you win once or twice, you're right back to even. So the thing is, people always try to follow a 2-to-1 ratio, or they try to follow a 3-to-1 ratio where they say, okay, I'm going to have a $100 stop loss with a $300 profit target. If you, again, are serious about that, follow discipline, $100 amount, $100 amount, $100 amount, 1 win, back to even. 1 win, up 300. 1 win, up 600. Okay, $100 amount, $100 amount, $100 amount, $100 amount. You're still up $200 in profit. So the thing is, traders, it's all about having discipline. You will not win every single trade. It's impossible. You won't. You will lose trades. But the thing is, when you lose, just lose small. And there's no issue. There's no harm done, right? That's the thing, and that's what you will notice when I go back to my large account. My large account, guys, probably starting on off, I'm going to go with my wins. I want them to be $2,000. My losses, probably about $700. So the thing is, I will again have a tough and a strong stop loss at $700. I will have my strong win at $2,000. So if I lose, let's say 3 times, and I win once, I'm back to even, right? How great is that? So I want to make sure that you guys are all set. If it's moving so fast up and down, you can't always have time to do a stop loss. Well, then again, maybe not jumping on a play that risky, or again, maybe go with smaller shares then. So the thing is, you got to be quick. You know, you either A, got to practice to get in and out quickly. B, you got to lower your share size. Or C, again, maybe a stock is just too fast for you at that, price point, right? Yes, I know stocks move fast, but if you're getting nervous when trading, you're putting too much money in. Or again, if you're saying to yourself, oh, again, it's moving so fast to me, you got to work on and practice. Hey, put an order in and you have a stop loss right away, right? So again, it's just about practice, practice, practice. You can type in an order, get filled, and again, type in another order and be out within 10 seconds. So again, you just want to make sure that you are prepared for everything. But again, right now, ALZN traders still beasting its way all the way on up. So we want to make sure we are all set, ready to rock and roll. We want to make sure you guys are all good. Guys, take a look at ALZN still spiking its way on up here, traders. So ALZN still spiking, still moving. And as I said a bajillion times here, ladies and gentlemen here, I know Jonathan over in YouTube saying Dex yapping it up a storm right now. Traders, the thing is, ALZN, we know about it. We're watching it. Stock is going on a nice spike and rip and run. I do not have my large account to trade right now. So if you are sitting here waiting for me to pull the trigger on a large account, it does not start until, again, June 9th. So a little heads on up. I will alert. I will teach. I will go over. I will trade every smaller amount, but I am not starting my big account for another 1 week. So in 1 week from now is when, again, you guys will be all set. Also, did my camera just kind of turn off right there? All right, cool. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just switch out the battery for you. 2 seconds. I'll switch out the battery. Camera will be right back on. All right. Awesome. Thank you for the heads up here, ladies and gentlemen. We're all set, ready to go. Battery on a webcam? Nope. Again, this is one of those fancy ones. You think you can get a webcam showing, again, this sort of detail? You think, again, you're going to get a webcam right here that's going to be showing, again, me in crystal clear HD format, getting the background a little blurry, looking cinematic, looking like Chris Nolan directed this thing right here? Again, you know what we're running right here? We're running, again, massive batteries at this time. I'm petting my dog's head over here. That's what I'm doing over on this side. Making sure that we're all set, ready to rock. If anyone's wondering, saying, hey, Dek, what camera are you using at this time? Let me, again, bring it on up so in case you guys want to use something similar. So camera that I'm using at this time, if you guys want to go ahead and check it on out, also is right here. So this is the camera that I'm currently using. Not too bad, not too shabby. It's a V Raptor XL X. So if you guys want to have this type of quality, if you guys ever want to run a live stream and have some sort of setup just like this, you can go over and purchase this for $44,000. So, I mean, some people say, Deck, it's a little bit of an overkill. You kind of overpaid a little bit for, the webcam. I think I underpaid. I think, again, $44,000 is too cheap. And, if Red makes a little bit of a better product, we can go a little bit higher, make it a little bit, more crystal clear. I want you guys to see inside my pores. That's how close I want this HD. All right. So if you guys want to have the same setup I have over here, again, here's a V Raptor XL for $44,000. You'll have the same setup I have. So ALZN still, again, squeezing itself on up here. ALZN right here, team. Slow and steady, trying to build. And really, right now, if you're saying, Deck, give us the game plan on ALZN. ALZN, everyone switch over to a 1 minute time frame. 1 minute time frame over on ALZN. Everyone do this right now. Build some higher lows over on ALZN. ALZN, higher lows at this time. Bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. Take a look, bounce play. It is very simple to be able to figure out what is the next move, what is the next idea over on ALZN. Let's go ahead and add the VWAP indicator as well. So let's go add VWAP indicator. VWAP's looking good. And we can also add a few different light lines of support. So traders, if you guys cannot see here, these are the different lines of support that are most likely going to hold. Number one, we do have an old spiking high right around 730. We have another old spiking high right around 750 and another old spiking high right around that 750-ish mark as well. I do think there is going to be some sort of support right around or right under that 750 area. So we do have uptrend support, we do have 750 support, and we do have VWAP support. Underneath that, we do have support back on down towards around this like 650-ish area. Where is 650 coming from? 650 is a natural resistance line, but we also have an old spiking high, some old upper shadows, and a little bit of a dip buy and bounce play off that area as well. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this mark right here. Then we're going to go over to paint and even give you guys a little bit more detail to even help you guys on out here. Again, all I want is clarity for you guys. I want to make sure that you guys understand it all. Now, again, this could also be, hey, Deck, I'm looking for a short. Okay, well, when can you enter your short? Upper shadow forms, crack of the purple line, start fading back on down to the light blue line. You can start seeing, again, the shift in momentum. Let's be frank with each other. Who has the let's say, the trend right now? Buyers or shorters? Who's in control? Buyers are in control right now. Clear cut, easy. Right, you take a look right now. Buyers, high or low, right? Let's make this a little bit smaller. Right there, high or low, high or low. Take a look right here, high or low. Take a look right here, high or low. Right now, that uptrend is doing absolutely beautiful. But what else can we see here? If that uptrend cracks, you guys do have an old spiking high, old spiking high, old spiking high. This right here is going to be a good dip buy opportunity. You guys could also see, again, we do have an old spiking high right here. You guys can see an old spiking high right here. You guys can see a nice little spike, a nice little dip buy right there. That's going to be very nice. And then last but not least, you also do have the VWAP as well that's going across the board at this area. And the VWAP traders is going to be a nice little mark where, again, you guys are going to be able to have success and be able to make some good money and be able to make some good cash. So again, the VWAP is going to be a solid area where you guys could be able to consistently make some gains. So I'm just going to save this real quick and I'll post this over in chat. If you guys want to, take a screenshot of this right now so that you guys are all set to just kind of figure out where your support and resistance lines are going to be at. So right now here, traders, want to make sure that you guys are all set, following that uptrend and making sure that you guys are all good, ready to rock. All right, team. Right now at this moment, team, it's 8:47 in this market. 8:47. What I want at this time is let's take a 10-minute breather before, again, we get ready to rock and roll and kick off this day. So everyone at this time, 10-minute break. We're going to kick things back on off right before 9 o'clock and go for a good hour and a half of trading, looking to make some money, looking to get after and getting to have some fun. Remember, large trading account starts in 1 week. We are doing that on June 9th. We will be live every single day, alerting, going over the plays on YouTube and making sure that you guys are all set until June 9th. Obviously, again, next week we do have our brokerage announcement as well, but June 9th kicks off the large trading account. Get ready to rock and roll. Guys, things are going to be exciting. Things are going to be fun, and we are going to be getting ready to rock here. So 8:47 in the market at this time. Get yourself prepared. Get yourself ready to rock. We only have about 10 minutes here until the 9 a.m. break. Walk the dog, get a cup of coffee, use the bathroom, whatever you guys got to do, because we got a big day ahead. Let's get ready to make some money. Let's get ready to have some fun. Let's get ready to get after it. Everyone smash that thumbs on up if you guys haven't yet. We're taking a quick little breather, and we'll be all set to kick off this day. Let's do it, guys.
Something in the orange tells me you're not done.
If we ever broke up, I'd never be sad. Think about everything I thought we had. If we ever broke up. If we ever broke up. If we ever broke up, I'd call your dad and tell him all the shittiest of things you said. If we ever broke up. If we ever broke up. Yellow diamonds in the light, and we're standing side by side as a shadow crosses mine. What it takes to come alive. It's me, I'm the problem. It's me at tea time. Everybody agrees. I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. It must be exhausting, always waiting for the anti-hero. With my love and a hopeless place. It's me, I'm the problem, it's me. With my love and a hopeless place.
He's brought a ludicrously capacious back.
She graduated with a 4.0. Only outdated for mom, got a fast car, but she drive it slow. She don't want me, she don't want me.
I'm not a perfect person. There's many things I wish I didn't do, but I continue learning. I never meant to do those things to you.
There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. It ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb.
I found a reason for me to change who I used to be. A reason to start over new. And the reason is you.
Pack it up, pack it in, let me begin. I came to win, battle me, that's a sin. I won't tell a sack up, punk, you better back up. I'm trying to play the role and get a whole crew to act up. Get up, stand up, come on, throw your hands up. If you got the feeling, then jump across the ceiling. Mugs is a funk fest, someone's talking junk. Yo, I bust them in the eye, and then I'll think the bounce home. I came to get down, I came to get down. So get out your seats and jump around. Jump around. Jump around. Jump around. Jump up, and get down. Jump.
She said, hello, mister, pleased to meet you. I wanna hold her, I wanna kiss her. Gonna take her for a ride on PJ Fern. Gonna take her for a ride on PJ Fern.
And when the daylight comes, I'll have to go. But tonight I'm gonna hold you so close. 'Cause in the daylight, we'll be on our own. Hands in the air,
We've been doing all this late night talking about anything you wanna till the
morning. Now you're in my life. I can't get you off my mind.
Gripping your pillow tight, exit light, end of the night. Take my hand, rock the never land.
We've been doing all this late night talking about anything you wanna till the morning.
Exit light, end of the night.
Where's Gabe? I don't f***ing know.
Killers in the jungle. Listen, you hear that? Killers in the jungle. Killers in the jungle. Killers in the jungle. Yo, listen, you hear that? Killers in the jungle. Killers in the jungle. Killers in the jungle.
I don't usually do this unless I'm drunk or I'm high, but I'm both right now. Got me talking about my life. I don't usually do this unless I'm drunk or I'm high, but I'm both right now. Got me talking about my life.
So baby, come light me up, and maybe I'll let you on it. A little bit dangerous, but baby, that's how I want it. A little less conversation and a little more touch my body. 'Cause I'm so into you, into you, into you.
I don't usually do this unless I'm drunk or I'm high.
'Cause I'm so into you, into you, into you.
Just gonna stand there and watch me burn. That's alright because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and hear me cry. That's alright because I love the way you lie. I love
I
the
take
way
you to
you
the
lie.
candy shop. I let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa.
I'll take you to the candy shop. One with you, the one I do. I'll have you spend
You can have it your way. How do you want it? You gon' back that thing up or should I push up on it? Temperature rising, okay, let's go to the next level. Dance floor jam packed, hot as a tea kettle. I break it down for you now, baby, it's simple. If you be an info, I'll be an info. In the hotel or in the back of the rental, on the beach or in the park, it's whatever you into. Got the magic stick, I'm the love doctor. Now your friends teasing me about how strong I got you. I'm trying to explain, baby, the best way I can. I'm melting in your mouth, girl, not in your hand.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Pushing past the limit, tripping on the hallucinogens. My cigarette burned my finger 'cause I forgot I lit it. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. My cigarette burned my finger 'cause I forgot I lit it. Let it be.
years old. Mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. Don't you know I'm good? Yeah, I'm feeling alright.
So what, no fucking ZD now?
And so Sally can wait. She knows it's too late as we're walking on by. Her soul slides away, but don't look back in anger. I heard you say
you gotta move it slowly, taking in my body like it's holy. I've been waiting for you for the whole week. I've been praying for you, you're my Sunday king. You got to move slowly, taking in my body like it's holy. I've been waiting for you for this whole week. I've been praying for you, you're my Sunday king.
I can drink whiskey and red wine, champagne and all that. Little scotch on the rocks and I'm fine. When I taste tequila, baby, I still see ya cutting up the floor in a sorority t-shirt, the same one you wore when we were sky high in Colorado. Lips pressed against the bottle, staring on a Bible, baby, I never leave it. I remember how bad I need you. When I taste tequila,
Sally can wait. She knows it's too late as we're walking on by. Her soul slides away, but don't look back in anger. I heard you say
when I taste tequila. But boy's a liar, but boy's a liar. He doesn't see ya. You're not looking at me, boy. But boy's a liar, but boy's a liar. He doesn't see ya.
I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby. You on the lonely night, I love you, baby. Trust in me when I say.
But boy's a liar, but boy's a liar. He doesn't see ya.
I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby.
It's your primitive plan yet. Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it. It's your primitive plan yet. It's your primitive plan yet. If you got a big, let me search it to find out how hard I gotta work yet. It's your primitive plan yet. It's your primitive plan yet. Come on.
It's the kind of beat that go rat-ta-ta. It's the kind of beat that go rat-ta-ta. Rat-ta-ta, rat-ta-ta. It's the kind of beat that go rat-ta-ta. Rat-ta-ta, rat-ta-ta. It's the kind of beat that go rat-ta-ta. Rat-ta-ta, rat-ta-ta. It's the kind of beat that go rat-ta-ta.
There's nothing that if I tell everyone how I made this money, that it's going to affect me in any sort of way.
AMD, if we get a quick little pop above $12, I'm thinking about maybe a quick little short over on AMD. Finger on the trigger to lock in profits when it starts moving back on up. Here we go. Nice job. Let's take it. $979 in profit. Look at this spike, baby. Taking some gains right off the top right here. 124,000.
You just gotta know what you're doing.
200.
Every single person can be successful.
Dollars in profit.
There's no reason for you not to become a full-time
Now
day
we're
trader.
currently up $2,100. Let's just keep it going even more. I want every single person. Now we're up $2,500. Now we're going up to $117.40.
It's not like it's a competition. It's if I tell you how I was able to do this, go out, make that money, make a killer, and let's all absolutely crush it together.
Let's go, baby! Let's see this thing keep unfolding even farther here. We're up $1,100. We just the first 5 minutes of the day. I'm feeling absolutely fantastic.
Just hanging around.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, ready to kick off this day, ready to get back to work after our little break right there, and really, of course, seeing what this day is all about. I mean, we've already gone over so much today. We've already gone over ALZN, SDRM, ZEO, NAOV, but let's make sure everyone really has a game plan going into today. If that's, again, you trading on the long side, you trading on the short side, if that's you, again, just wanting to get an education, be entertained, whatever it may be, we want to, again, break it all on down and make sure that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. So, man, I am excited. I am looking forward to this day. Happy Thursday to every single trader here. I hope you guys are pumped on up because I am pumped on up. I need you guys to match. We are going live all next week as we get prepared for our large trading account. Large trading account, for anyone who does not know, starts up on Monday, June 9th. Monday, June 9th will be the first day that we are going to be going after it and placing large trades. We are going to be looking for, again, $50,000 months. We are going to be looking for around $2,000 per trade. We are going to be getting after it the best way we possibly can. Little side note, keep your eyes on SLXN. Just came out with a press release. We'll see if that stock is going to go crazy in any sort of way. Next week, though, I am going to be telling you guys about my brand new broker. Little heads on up, though, before I even do that, traders. SLXN is starting to get some hype right now. SLXN just came out with a brand new press release. Just a heads up for everyone. Talks about groundbreaking results. And again, this is why we always got to be able to watch. You know, we always watch the news at, again, 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. Because if we do see anything really big, if we do see something take on off, we just want to make sure, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we are prepared for it. So again, SLXN right here with a quick little rip and run. This stock definitely has potential to be able to go on some sort of spike. And it's just because they do have groundbreaking results. Whenever you see, again, groundbreaking results, it's basically saying, hey, we have results that are new, that are, extraordinary. No one says we have groundbreaking results and it sucks. Groundbreaking results is a pretty good hot key word, right? So just a little heads on up. Let me take a quick little screenshot of this play. But what you have, take a look over on Fox Runner News Scanner. Fox Runner News Scanner right here is literally telling us SLXN just came out at 9:05, 10 seconds, just came out with groundbreaking preclinical results. Stock just started spiking 1 minute ago. That's why it is so important, little heads on up, to be able to have a news scanner. If you don't have a news scanner, you're just not going to find hot breakouts. That's just it's just the simple fact. So if you do not have a news scanner, you're not going to find hot breakouts. You're not going to find big spikes. You're not going to be in on first. Okay? After you find, again, these big time breakouts, you can be able to jump on in the first minute or so. It's the same exact thing with ALZN. ALZN, guys, came out with a press release this morning. I believe it was at 8 o'clock a.m. Imagine if you saw the press release at 8 a.m. or even 8:01 or even 8:05 or even at 8:10. You're getting in at $4.80. It's now at $8. So the thing is, potentially, right, SLXN, by the time it's 9:30, I mean, take a look at this. It's all the way up towards 140 at this time. It's going from 95 cents to, again, 120 to now, again, 130 to now 144. SLXN starting to go on a big time rip and run, and this is why you have to be prepared. So for anyone who does not know, literally in the description of this video is the same news scanner that gives me the answers every single day, Fox Runner. So if you guys do not use them, make sure you guys go get it. It has a free 30-day pass so that you guys have access to, again, all this hot news. And literally, again, I know a lot of people always give me credit. They say, oh, Dek, you find all the hottest plays right away. You find this stock, this stock, this stock. To be frank with you, I don't want to take away any of my credibility, but it is just because I use great equipment. I use, again, that we have. If that's Trade Ideas, if that's Fox Runner, obviously, again, switching to even a better and premium broker. But you got to use the best equipment, right? That's how you find plays very quickly. SLXN came out at 9:05. 9:05 went from 98 cents towards $1.20. 9:06 got a little bit of a pullback to 115. 9:07 stock goes from 120 all the way up to 160. Now again 160 coming back down towards around 130. The stock trading is a game of first come first serve. The people who find the plays first, the people that again find the stocks first, the people that find again these opportunities first are the ones that are going to make you the most amount of money. It's as simple as that, guys. So As simple as that, to make sure that you guys, again, understand how trading works. But again, if you are someone who's left in the dust, who does not have this equipment, you are going to, again, be behind. That's just the way it works. Now, the thing is, I can completely understand when someone says, oh, Dek, I can't afford trade ideas. Trade ideas is, I think, like $150 a month. It's pretty expensive. Now, with that being stated, how do I justify it? I justify it by I say, do I make over $150 a month by using this software? The answer is yes. So the thing is, it is important to me. Same exact thing with FoxRunner. FoxRunner is $60 a month. Is it really, again, that expensive? I mean, it comes out to $2 a day. Do I make more than $2 a day by using, again, the FoxRunner news scanner and me getting all the answers right when it comes on out? And the answer is yes. So the thing is, I do have to invest to be able to make good money. Sure, I spend $150 on trade ideas. I spend $60 a month over on FoxRunner. I do spend, again, a total of about $210 every single month just on, again, trading equipment. But do I make over $210 a month? Sure, I do. So it's, again, worth it for me. Now, could I find these plays without trade ideas? Could I find these plays without FoxRunner? The answer is no. So it's like, is it worth spending, again, my $200? The answer is yes to me, So that's why, again, I do have these. You do have to kind of think about it as a little bit of an investment. Same exact thing with being here over on Tradecaster. Obviously, again, there is a fee to be able to be here, for me to be able to run things and do everything that we do. But at the same time, from you, again, being here over on Tradecaster, do you guys get more value than $3 a day? Me speaking, me talking, me teaching, me live streaming, you having access to the video library, other live streamers, being part of the chat room. To me, again, I truly believe that it's worth more than $3 a day. So again, that's why I always try to be able to think about when, again, I'm always trying to have you guys grow and learn and be able to be the best traders you guys can become. So what do we have right now? Well, guys, we want to break down this entire day. We want to break down absolutely everything from start to finish to make sure that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll on this day, and seeing where this buying volume is truly going to take us. So what do we have? Number 1, we have ALZN. Number 2, we have STRM. Number 3, ZEO. Number 4, NAOV. Number 5, BOSC. Traders, you know what's really crazy? You know what? It's pretty nuts to me. Who can tell me what's one weird thing that we have out of the top gainers today? One weird thing out of the top gainers. Every single top gainer is a low float. Anyone notice that today? 716,000 in float. 3.3 million in float, 2.4 million in float, 2.14 million in float, 15,000 in float, 5.2 million in float, 1.26 million in float. Every single one of these plays is a low float stock. So I want to make sure that you guys completely understand, that's the power of having some of these low floats. These low floats are so important to us. These low floats are so big to us because I do want you guys to realize, hey, low floats are the ones that go on the best spikes. Now, let's actually break down the best play here today, ALZN, okay? ALZN, what did we see, right? Let's just go over this one in full detail. We can already see this play at the tippity top of the leaderboard. ALZN is right here. Talks about dosing a first patient in phase 2 clinical trials. ALZN, 2-star press release. What's the 2-star press release? Talks about phase 2 trials. Phase 2 at this moment here, traders. This is what brought in the hype. This is what brought in the momentum. This is what brought in the big time action. Phase 2. Let's read this a little bit more though. What we have here is ALNZ announcing dosing of its first patient in phase 2. Now, this is, again, kind of interesting because it's not saying that has positive data. It's not saying that has breakthrough, design. It is not saying anything like that. It's just saying it's dosing its first patient and it's expecting its results by the year end. Traders, I mean, is this the best press release in the world? No. It's great there is credibility. It's great that there's a reason on why the stock is moving on up. It's great that we could say, hey, Dek, this stock is moving up because of this. That is true. But it's not like it has positive results. It's the best thing we ever said. It is. We are dosing our patient. Guys, what happens when you dose a patient? Sure, we can think very optimistic. Everything, again, works out great. What happens if they dose their patient and it starts growing a third arm? What if they start dosing their patients and all of a sudden, they get, their lips start falling off? We don't know. We have no idea. Obviously, I'm talking very extreme, but I'm saying at this time here, just dosing a patient doesn't really justify the spike that we have so far, 163% spike. So why is this stock moving so well? Well, to be frank with you, again, what did we talk about earlier this morning? We talked about the pure fact that, again, every single day people wake up and they're eager to trade. Every single day people wake up and they want to get involved in something. And when you wake up, when I wake up and we're seeing ALZN up 144% and it's less than 1 million in float, people are saying, hey, giddy up. Let's go ahead and spike this one up to $10. Let's spike this one up towards $12. I want to make money. I'm buying ALZN. Well, why are you buying ALZN? Because everyone else is buying ALZN. That's the excuse that 90% of traders are probably giving. Why are you buying ALZN? You know they don't even have positive results yet. You know, again, this is just dosing. You know, again, all it is someone got a shot in the arm and now we're up 160%. So why are you buying it? Well, because other people are buying it, so I want to buy it, right? So the thing is, ALZN, it's a low float stock, and it's going to stay alive as long as support holds. Now, what is the support line, as you guys can see? Support line, we do have higher lows at this moment. Higher lows still trying to build. We do have, again, our bottom support right around 750, and we do have the VWAP at 720. If, again, I would say there is a great chance that ALZN is going to turn into a big loser today. The reason why is because, again, it all comes on down to, is there going to be momentum to keep pushing this play on up? Now, we can also see over on ALZN, what did we have, guys? ALZN, this play came right up towards around 904. For anyone who does not know, it's a very weird thing, but usually right around 875 is always going to be the high. If that's 865, 880, or $9, usually when a stock goes from $4, $5 plus, it always turns right around 875. It's a very weird thing that happens more than you would think. So ALZN, I would probably say if this stock does spike, it's going to probably try to get right back up to that 875, maybe $9 area. And anything up here would be great selling opportunities. Anything up here would be great shorting opportunities. You can see at this moment that this uptrend is no longer relevant. This uptrend was holding up here very well today, but I'm going to get rid of that line. And most likely what we're going to have is a nice channel start forming. I think this channel is going to be our main area of support. Support from, again, 750 all the way up towards around $9. If you want to get involved on ALZN, look for a dip buy at around 750, or worst case scenario, back on down towards around 720. 750 dip buy, 720 dip buy. VWAP area, that's where you guys can look. Stop loss would be anything underneath the VWAP. Don't let this play go underneath the VWAP. That shows too much weakness. Dip buy number 1, 750. Dip buy number 2, probably at the VWAP, 730. Anything underneath the VWAP, get out of this play. Dek, it bounces back on up. Look to lock in profits around 875. Dek, I'm looking for a short. Go ahead and short this play around 875. I'm trying to tell you literally step by step where to buy, where to sell. Dek, what if it spikes up to 880? Can I buy it? You are buying at the highest level at the strongest resistance line. I am not someone who likes to buy at the very tippity top. I am not someone who likes to, again, pull the trigger at the very top just for you to get rejected at resistance. So I will not recommend that. If you want to buy in at the top looking for a squeeze, by all means, it's your money. You can do whatever you want. You're an adult. But I will say, not really my favorite thing, and not something I usually recommend unless the stock is going crazy, you know? So ALZN is the best play so far today. Everything else, team, STRM, kind of fading. ZEO right here, as you guys can see, let's go back into like a 2-minute time frame, pretty much fading. NAOV, as you guys can see right here, go back into even a 3-minute time frame. What do we have here? Pretty much fading. Take a look over on, again, like VCIG, pretty much fading. So again, even though we have a lot of low float stocks today, can we trade VCIG today? No, VCIG is over with. VCIG is garbage. VCIG, the stock is done, right? Can we trade again like LZMH right here? LZMH, maybe. Again, LZMH isn't too bad. We'll keep that on the back burner. What about BOSC? No, again, big upper shadow, gave it all back. Take a look over on NAOV right here. Again, this stock just fading and falling throughout this entire morning. We don't need that. ZEO, again, this stock's been fading and falling throughout this entire morning. We don't need that. You know, STRM, that stock got acquired at a, you know, $5. So again, it's just going to move sideways all day. So to be frank with you, again, be blunt. I don't like to, again, be around the bush and, again, try to have you guys guessing things. I like to just give you the answer. Watch ALZN today. That's the number 1 stock. Goes underneath the VWAP. Things are going to probably slow on down. Easy as that. Stock stays above the VWAP. You're going to have potential to still make a lot of money today. Okay? So that's how, again, you guys can be able to make money. That's how you guys can be able to make cash. Now, there's another big thing that you guys want to be focused on today is, of course, the S&P 500. The S&P 500. Team, this is, again, a very wild thing that we have seen. What is happening here over on the S&P 500? Well, we did have, and I went into this detail before, the Dow jumped up 500 points last night. Now, again, it did fall back on down. It's only up like 250 points right now. But it says the Dow jumps 500 points as Trump gets rejected. What does it mean by Trump gets rejected? The federal court rejects Trump's tariffs. So, guys, what have we been doing for the last 4.5 months? The last 4.5 months, Literally what we have been doing is Trump saying we are going to put reciprocal tariffs on every single country. And for the last 4.5 months, we've been trying to make deals. We have been negotiating. We have made a deal with the United Kingdom. We've been trying to work with Europe. We're trying to work with China. We're trying to work with Taiwan. We're trying to work with Mexico. We're trying to work with Canada. For the last 4.5 months, we've been trying to do this. And at first, there was a lot of fear. At first, there was a lot of uncertainty. The markets came crashing all the way back on down. April 6th, April 7th, we saw the S&P 500 all the way down to 481. And now 4.5 months later, after the market's all the way back up near 600, after we have already struck a deal with the United Kingdom, as we have negotiations going on, the federal court comes on out and says, we're not going to allow this anymore. No more tariffs. So traders, isn't that pretty crazy? Literally, again, all we saw in the news for the last 4.5 months is tariffs. So a federal court just came on out and said, we're not allowing tariffs anymore. Trump is waking up this morning, scratching his head, saying, what do you mean? I've been working on negotiations for the last 4.5 months. What have I been doing for the beginning of my presidency? Trying to, again, figure out deals and everything. Yeah, no more. We're not allowing this anymore. So now, guess what happens? Well, obviously, as an investor, right, we are seeing the S&P 500 was fading and falling on down because of uncertainty of tariffs, of possible trade wars, of possible recessions, of possible real wars, of the possibility of we don't know what's going to happen coming on up. To now, okay, no more tariffs. People are saying, okay, well, that means no more uncertainty. Okay, so we're going back to what we were doing. Okay, so the market jumped on up. That's where the pro is. But now, what do we have here? We basically had the last 4.5 months just be an absolute waste. Last 4.5 months, what have we been doing? Right? So we do have, obviously, Trump's administration is appealing this. But how long does an appeal take? Appeal is going to take no less than probably 3.5 months. Then after the appeal, we're probably going to have to go to some sort of court case. That's going to probably take another 6 months. Then on top of that, guys, I don't think we're going to even see tariffs anymore until 2026. 2026, guys, most likely the next time we're going to have tariffs. So really, we had the first and beginning of the year, whole quarter of the year, the beginning of Trump's presidency was all about tariffs. Now, again, the court walks in and says, we're not going to allow tariffs anymore. Now what's going to take over the news? Now what's going to take over the hype? Now what's going to be going on? So the floor is open. Check. Woo! All right, guys, we are back. We are back right here. Are we back? Can we get it? Can I make sure we're all set, ready to go? Are we back? Are we back right here, team? Are we all set? Are we all ready to rock? Are we all good? Are we all good? Are we all good? I think we're good. Hello. Special guest alert. Special guest alert, traders. Yes. Yes. All right. All right here. Let's get ourselves ready to go here. Sorry about kicking. I think I accidentally kicked the mic or something. I was trying to figure something out right there. Special guest alert. All right. So, guys, I think you guys heard the majority of it, though. I think you guys heard the majority of what I was saying before I looked over and said, hey, we basically wasted the last 4.5 months. I will say, little sign note, if anyone ever comes to my house uninvited, I will again give the alert for him to kill. We only speak German to this animal because that's his native tongue. If anyone even steps an ounce, a toe on the property, I will unleash this vicious beast, and you will again end up in a hospital. All right, 924 in the market. 924 in the markets. Let's see, of course, what is going to be happening. We just went over the S&P 500. We should have a game plan, everyone, over on ALZN. And obviously, of course, waiting to see where this buying volume is going to be taking us next. STRM, still watching this one. ZEO, WTO, NAOV, ALZN right now. ALZN by far the number one play. Traders, is there anything else we got to look at? I do want to make sure that you guys are all set. NVIDIA earnings did win last night. NVIDIA earnings did win. So again, we do have key financial highlights for quarter one fiscal 2026. Revenue for NVIDIA reported a record revenue of $44.1 billion. Earnings per share 76, up 33%. Net income was up 26%. All this stuff, guys, head on over to the news alerts tab over on Fox Runner. You guys can read it all, but NVIDIA did come out with great earnings. NVIDIA, as you guys know, I'm in on NVIDIA at the price of $98. So again, seeing the video up towards $142, we are again doing absolutely fantastic so far. Let's really, again, what we have today is number one, we're going to be watching the S&P 500. Number two, we are going to be watching ALZN today. S&P 500, I am expecting a nice green day today. I'm expecting, again, buying volume. I am going to trade the prop firm today as well. But let's see what we can do over on ALZN also. ALZN team. Remember, Deck, where's the dip buy? The safest dip buy would be somewhere back on down near 750. If you can get an entry around 750 on a dip buy, that could be a bounce play back up towards that 880 mark. Everyone right now, follow again this chart pattern. Follow the chart setup. Here's support. Here's resistance. Deck, WETO getting a little bit of hype. WETO, $2 up to $4. I could see it. So again, let's kind of keep that on the back burner. All right, let's change out our scanners right now. Make sure that we're all set, ready to go. All right here. Let's change out the scanners, get ourselves prepared. Little side note. This is an extreme side note because I wasn't expecting the special guest to make an appearance. But that little guy, that is a boy. But he does have a very attractive young girlfriend that he has, and he is going to be a dad. If anyone is interested in having Samson's puppies, you guys can hit me on up, and that is a serious offer. So if anyone is interested, you guys can have a miniature him. If you guys are interested in having a miniature one of those guys, you guys can have one of his puppies. Now, obviously, he is a purebred German Shepherd, long hair, from Siberia, great bloodline. There is obviously a fee, but if you guys are interested, we can hook you on up. He has mated. He has done his thing. So let's ready to go here, team. It's going to be a big day ahead. Big day, big opportunity. Big day, big opportunity. Big plays, baby. I'm excited. Obviously, I'm most excited for what? What am I most excited for, guys? June 9th. Monday, June 9th. $30,000 in the training account. Now, as I've said here, and I'm going to repeat it multiple times, you now have the starting date. Monday, June 9th is the day that I'm starting my full-time trading salary. We are going to see throughout 2025 how much money I can make. My goal is $50,000 a month, and I believe I'm being conservative with that number because I'm about to go insane. I'm about to go off. I really am, guys. I'm doing the same strategy that I was doing in 2021, was able to make me $125,000 on certain months, making $552,000 in the year. I'm about to literally pop off. June 9th, big account trading. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Also, as I already stated, I will give you guys the broker information next week. Every single person, guys, and I say this in all certainty, there is no fee. There is no issue with you switching your broker to this new broker coming on up. You'll have shorts on every single stock that I have shorts on. You'll have the same discounts. You'll have the free platform. You'll have, again, whatever. So again, heads on up. Make sure you guys are all set. Next week, we'll give all the broker details that'll allow us to short every single one of these low float plays. Dek, I can't short ALZ on my broker right now. Okay, this new broker will allow you to. STRM, I can't short that. Okay, the new broker will allow you. WTEO, the new broker will allow you, because you have to have great equipment. That's what it comes on down to. You got to be able to make sure that you guys are all set, ready to go. So again, we have our starting date. We're all set. Fat Boy, you're going to show us which stocks you're going to buy live, every single one? Every single one. Every single play. Every single play I'm going to be doing on the live stream. So again, if I make $100,000 in a month, you will be able to see every single stock, every single ticker, every single P&L, everything. I'm not hiding one play. Not one play. Not one ticker, not one stock, not one play. Everything will be on the stream. Can you trade at 4 a.m. with your broker? Yes, I can. 4 a.m. all the way to 8 p.m. at night. Now, the majority of my trades will be in the morning, though. Little heads on up. Just like as we do now. Team, let's see. ALZN. ALZN here, team. Remember, switch on over. 1 minute time frame. How low can ALZN go? ALZN could drop back on down to like that 730-ish mark, 750-ish mark. The closer you can get to the VWAP, the better the dip buy would be. Now, if it does start spiking, remember, how high can this go up to? Probably that 875-ish mark. Okay? So just make sure that you guys are prepared. Make sure you guys are ready for that. If you guys are interested, over on, again, ALZN. ALZN, guys, might get filled here pretty soon. If this stock again comes back on down right next to that VWAP, I'm going to look for something small. As I said, just little heads on up for every single trader. I do not have much funds in this account. And the reason why I don't have much funds is because I'm transferring my money to my other account coming on up. Again, I'm putting over $30,000 in my other account. So I don't have much money left over on my Lightspeed account. But again, we can still do some small trades and practice and work on things. I'm looking for a dip buy coming up here in the low 730s, like 729, 731. Look for a dip buy right off the VWAP. Dek, what if it goes underneath the VWAP? Then you get out. So again, I was trying to get a little VWAP dip buy right here. Right off this blue line, came on down to what? 735. Look where, again, I had my entries right here. 731. 731, 731 is where I was just looking for my entries over on this play. Low of the day was 735. Now, again, why were you looking at 731? That's right above the VWAP. Now look at this big bounce play back up to $8. The idea is correct. The mindset's correct. The trade, the alert here is correct. You know what I mean? So it just came back on down, just got a dip buy. Now it's all the way towards 806. Unfortunately, it's not going to get filled now, because if you do get filled now, that shows weakness. You got to always get filled on the first bounce. Take a look at how good this dip buy has been. 730 right back up towards 802. Pretty awesome to be able to see. Now again, coming back up to 808. Dek, what about the S&P 500? S&P 500 starting to get a little bit of a drop. I'm probably going to look for a dip buy over on the S&P 500 here pretty soon. S&P 500, Dek, how low is this play going to go on down towards? Let's go back into a little bit of a larger time frame. And if you guys did that strategy over on the S&P 500, Dek, what's the strategy? The strategy where, again, you buy and sell overnight, and then you win on your prop firm. That's been pretty solid here. So I'm going over to my prop firm account here. Let me make sure that we're all set. All right, traders. If the S&P 500 comes on down towards around 590.50, that's what I like. You guys see old spiking high, 590.50. Dip buy, 590.50. Dip buy, 590.50. Top resistance, 590.50. I think 590.50 be a great area for a possible dip buy. Doesn't mean it's going to be the obviously, perfect area, but I'm just saying it's going to be probably around the great area for that dip buy opportunity. All right, here, team. Let's get ourselves prepared. S&P 500. Let's watch if that thing could drop on down towards that 590.50. ALZN, if you got filled right off the dip, off that VWAP area, you're sitting pretty well also. So a couple different areas right there, team. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. More than happy to help you guys on out with anything that you guys need. Shout out to everyone who is joining us today. We have been live and getting after it since 8 a.m. this morning. And again, I always try to put up the live stream super early. Like, I always try to put up the live stream at like 6:30 in the morning. Now, that's not over on YouTube. I put it up at 6:30 in the morning over for Tradecaster members, and then I usually take it down at like 7:45 and then put it back up for YouTube at like 7:45. So I always wanted to make sure that our early bird members are always being able to watch the Fox Runner News Scanner. Everyone's all set, ready to go. So staying alert here, traders. Let's see what we can get. S&P 500 came on down to 591.36. NVIDIA at this time. NVIDIA is getting a nice little climb. NVIDIA, again, I'm happy to see NVIDIA keep moving on up. Let NVIDIA grow. Let NVIDIA keep on going, right? Let NVIDIA keep on climbing. Yesterday, remember, we went over full detail of all those, again, different type of trends that are going on. Remember, things to be watching right now, especially with tariffs that are probably no longer a thing. What are the hottest trends in the market right now? Nuclear stocks, been moving up very hot. Space stocks, starting to move up very hot. Robotics, starting to move up very hot. Software, starting to move up very hot. Cloud plays, starting to move up very hot. Fintech plays. Robo-taxi plays. Quantum computing plays. Right? These have been all very hot plays. Make sure, again, you're watching these hot trends. You don't want to be missing anything. Guys, Deck, would you get filled on ALZN if it comes back on down to 730? I would not. 730 is, again, the first dip buy. So if, again, you come back on down to 730, I do believe you're probably going to go a little underneath that 730 area. Bob Adams, Deck, I thought Lightspeed was the best broker, so I switched based on your recommendation. I can short most stocks on Lightspeed, but not all. I assume with the new broker, you can't offer every stock to short either, so why would I switch? Bob Adams, great idea, great plan. So again, let me tell you why. So again, about what? A few years ago, I started using Lightspeed. Lightspeed, again, I have nothing bad to say about them in any sort of way. Nothing bad to say about them. Again, I don't like to talk badly about anyone. I'm not going to, again, talk badly about anyone. But I will say there were many plays that I was not able to short on. There were also, again, times that I got charged more fees than what I expected. So, again, I am not saying that you have to, again, change in any sort of way. But I am saying if I can get you a broker that gets you shorts on 99.9% of plays and not say, let's say, 80% of plays, and you can also get cheaper fees, then to me, it's worth it. Now, obviously, you are in control of your whole entire account. If you're happy where you're at, if you're happy with, again, what you have, and you're happy with the fees that you're paying, then by all means, of course, stay with where you're at. I'm always just trying to go next level. I always try to go the next, if that's for scanners, if that's for, again, meetups, if that's for our broker, if that's for different challenges, if that's whatever we're doing, I always try to make sure that you guys are, again, getting the best of the best. That doesn't mean you got to take advantage of it, though, right? Fat Boy, you're going to tell us when to buy and exit? I will, again, tell you everything I possibly can. Now, again, Fat Boy, I will tell you right now. If you, again, are sitting here and just saying, I'm going to short whenever Deck shorts, I'm going to buy whenever Deck buys, I'm going to do this and this, I will tell you right now, if you try to follow to a T what I'm going to do next week or coming on up with a large account, you will lose. Now, you might say, what? That's not what I want to hear. I'm telling you this is because I want you to actually learn how to trade. Sure. If you follow what I do, there will be times that you will win, we'll all make money, and that's great. But this is not a follow community. The way, again, 99% of chat rooms work is usually there's one guy who doesn't live stream. He buys, let's say, $100,000 worth of, again, stock. Then he tells all of his followers to go buy it. That guy makes money. Guess what happens? Because all of his followers, again, buy in on the same play, he gets out of the play, all of his followers lose, but he promotes and says, look how much money I made. I made $10,000 from my stock alerts. More people, again, buy into his course or buy into his chat room. Guess what happens? He buys in early. Guess what? Then he tells everyone else to buy. The stock goes on up. He makes more money. Everyone loses. They cancel. They quit. He promotes, hey, look how much money I make. He just keeps doing the same cycle over and over again. Guys, that's how it works. So again, if anyone out there, just a little heads on up, I'll tell you the secret right now. And again, maybe I shouldn't, but I don't care. The thing is, for anyone who doesn't live stream their stock trading, for anyone who just runs a Discord, for anyone, again, who is not live in real time like I'm doing right now, their business model, maybe I'm exposing it right now, but all they do is, again, they hype up, look how much money I make. They have, let's say, 1,000 people that pay this guy, again, money to say, oh, okay, hey, I want to hear this guy's stock alerts. Guy, again, buys $100,000 worth of ABC. Then he tells his whole entire community to go buy ABC. ABC goes up. He sells all of his shares. He makes money. His whole entire chat room loses. Then guess what happens? Those people cancel, but he says, hey, everyone, look how much money I made. More people come on in. He does the same thing over and over and over again. So again, basically all he's doing is marketing. All he's doing is using his members to make money to then again market to go get more members. That's again what 99.9% of Discord chat rooms are. Sorry to break your boat, that's what it is. That's why again, I do it all live. I do not enter without you seeing me. I do not again post a P&L, or excuse me, I do not hide my P&L is what I meant to say. I again show every single trade, every single order, every single entry. I do it all on the live stream. I think it should be illegal. On the fact is, if you again run a chat room and you don't do it in real time, because again you're basically forming some sort of scheme, you're forming some sort of uptrend or some sort of like spike. I again want to show you every single second, every single moment I buy and sell. So again, I want to make sure that you guys get that. Now again, with that being stated, you still have to know what's going on. For instance, what if again you wanted to play quarterback and you never played quarterback before, and you want to again run on out with the New England Patriots, and again you see Tom Brady there, and you say, Tom, I never played again quarterback before, what should we do? And Tom leans on over and says, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna run a fake 23 backslash with a George reverse right here. You ready? Okay, break. And you're like, fake 28 backslash with a George reverse. Okay, guess what happens? You're gonna suck. The thing is, that's what happens. If you don't practice, if you don't train, if you don't paper trade, if you don't work hard first, if you don't grow your account, if you have to take all the steps to actually still know how to play football. I could tell you what play to get involved in, but if you don't know how to actually trade, you're still not going to do that well. So the thing is, you have to build up to it. I want every single person here to make money, but as you guys can see, I don't sell a fake dream. I tell you it's hard work. I tell you got to grind. I tell you got to practice. I tell you got to do these steps. You got to be able to do things right. I don't say these things to try to deter you. I try to say these things because I'm trying to be legitimate. I'm trying to be transparent. I'm trying to tell you every single thing that you're supposed to do the right way. But no, you will not be able to just say, okay, I will just follow Dek whatever he does in every second. That will work every now and then. But I want you to learn and understand what I'm doing so you can actually become a better trader. So again, definitely so important for every single person. Right now, ALZN coming back on down towards around that 730 mark. Starting to crash and fade and fall here. So that one's starting to drop. What's S&P 500 doing? But yes, guys, for the large account, every single trade will be done live in real time over the stream. So right now here, team, let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. See if we can find something moving. ALZN, a little bit of fade, guys. ZEO trying to get a little pop. One of the early morning top gainers. One of the early morning top gainers here. NAOV, no. WTO. WETO came crashing right back on down. Traders, top gainers become top shorters. See it every day. Top gainers become top shorters. ALZN, top gainers become top shorters. ZEO. Right? Top gainers become top shorters. VCIG. Top gainers become top shorters. You guys better be prepared for, again, this upcoming week. IRBT, living in Western Massachusetts. What's up, buddy? Thank you for the IRBT alert. Little mid-candle breakout setup. $5 would be the ultimate target over there. IRBT, not too shabby. What's the S&P 500 doing? Guys, S&P 500, watch this play. This play looks like it's going to fade on down towards that 590.50 mark. It looks like it's getting a little bit weaker, the S&P 500. It looks like it's slowly getting weaker. It's slowly building these kind of lower highs. Looks like, again, it is starting to fade. To me, it looks like, again, like we're getting more of this overall downtrend. All right, we have this very large overall downtrend. We're underneath the VWAP. I would not buy the S&P 500 at this moment. Even on your prop firm or anything like that, it just still looks like everything is more towards the shorting side. It still looks like there's weakness. It looks like there's dropping. It looks like there's fading, and there's room to be able to crash all the way back on down. If you're taking a look at the S&P 500, look at this downtrend. Who's winning? Buyers or shorters? Calls or puts? Right now, obviously, as you guys can see, shorters are winning. Weakness is here. Right? It looks like the stock is fading and falling. Not only is it on a big downtrend, it's also underneath the VWAP. Recognize these things. Sure, you could sit here and say, well, Dek, I wanted to buy the S&P 500 today. I thought it was going to be a good dip buy opportunity. Guys, don't go against, again, your emotions or your ego or your thought process. It has to be like, it has to go with the chart. It has to go with morning momentum, you know? Dek, is that what we sound like? It's not you. Some people, though. Some people sound like that. Some people sound like that. Oh, Dek, I thought I wanted to go for a shot potential. It's like, that doesn't even make any sense. That doesn't even make any sense here. Yep, ZEO had news earlier this morning, Deep. Little heads on up. They did have an acquisition. They acquired another company. Right now, S&P 500. Dek, where could you look for a dip buy? Back on down towards around 590. Do not look for a dip buy on the S&P 500 till probably around the 590 mark. If you come back on down to 590, that's when you guys will be able to make some money. That's when we'll be able to make some profits. Right now, S&P 500 still fading and falling. You guys can short that one, as I said, all the way back on down towards that low 590 area. Probably still going to get another about $1 drop over on the S&P 500 for anyone that's looking to be able to make a little bit of cash on that. Still has some room to fall. If you want to, you guys can head on over towards your prop firm account. Prop firm, again, you type in, however many plays or shares you want to get involved in and actually watch for a nice little short. Again, you have room to be able to drop right back on down towards that 590 20-ish mark to 590 or 589.90 area before a potential bounce play. So right now, it is all weakness on the S&P 500. S&P 500 still up $3 on the day just because, I mean, the S&P 500, when you think about it, was all the way on up towards 598. We almost came up to $600. Now, again, it's still fading. It's still falling. We got to find some sort of main support line. Main support line here. 590.50. That's an area of main support. Old spiking high, old spiking high, old spiking high. Trying to find as a little bit of a dip buy area. So S&P 500, you guys can keep your eyes peeled over on that play. Right now, penny stocks, though, smaller cap plays, slowly dying here a little bit. ALZN is back above the VWAP. That's a great sign. Needs to get back above $8 to stay alive. STRM, not worth that at all. Got acquired around $5 per share. It's just going to sit at $5 per share. ZEO right here. Stock's getting a little bit weaker. ZEO, not really worth it. Did have a press release this morning. Talks about getting acquired or acquiring another company. NAOV also, again, fading all the way back on down. Not really worth it whatsoever. Again, you guys can get everything you need. Just little heads on up. If you're wondering what stocks are credible or not, take a screenshot of this over here. Let me go over towards our filters, turn off our float. After we turn off our float, we could change our percentages right here. And these are all the best plays with news. So all the best plays with news, let me go ahead and grab it. I'm going to take a screenshot. If you guys are on YouTube, though, and you guys don't have Fox Runner, take a screenshot right now so you guys can just see all the best stocks with news at this time. So I'm going to post this over in chat for you guys. JS11 Dek, what's the symbol for the SPY? Just type in 500. It's US 500. Little heads up for you. So US 500 is the S&P 500. WTO coming right back on down. SPY still getting weaker as well. SPY still fading, traders. I would still, again, just watch that one be able to fade. Man, I am so excited. I'm so ready to go. I'm excited to be able to get back to, again, this large account. I know you guys are ready for it as well. I think we're all ready for it. I think, again, everyone is ready here. Everyone's excited about it. Everyone's looking forward to it. I'm giving everyone, again, all next week to be able to set up their new brokerage, to make sure that you guys are all set, ready to trade, or to be able to short is what I meant. Want to make sure everyone's all good, ready to rock and roll. So, again, it's coming down to crunch time. And then probably, team, I'm not going to lie for you, for the rest of the year, we're just going to be trading big accounts. We're going to be trading, getting down. That doesn't mean, oh, Dek, I have a small account. That doesn't mean, again, I'm not trading, small plays. We can all still trade the same plays. But I'm going to be frank with you. I want to make big money. I want to be trading and making $100,000 months. I'm trading and I want to make, $5,000 a day. I'm trading and I want to go nuts. I've been doing more than enough different challenges, more than enough different small accounts, more than enough this and this and this. I'm tired of sitting out on the sidelines. I'm tired, again, not getting involved in plays. I'm tired of not making $100,000 in a month. I'm tired of it. So the thing is, I'm ready to go. And again, if you like that or not, that's what I'm doing. So again, it's time for me to step up. It's time for me to get after it. And I'm really excited to get after it. Dek, on your new broker, can you trade in pre-market? Absolutely. Absolutely. You'll be able to trade at 4 a.m. all the way till 5 p.m. Or at 4 a.m. all the way to 8 p.m. at night. That's Eastern time. If you guys are on the West Coast, you'll be able to trade from 1 a.m. in the morning all the way to 5 p.m. in the afternoon. That's West Coast. Guys, here's the SPY. SPY right now, team. Still fading and falling as we said. S&P 500, what were we in? A 1 minute time frame before? Let me see. Let me find that time frame. Maybe it was a 3 minute time frame. Guys, yep, S&P 500 3 minute time frame. Watch this thing to keep getting weaker. Remember, all we're trying to do at this moment, we're not trying to do anything fancy. We're doing nothing fancy whatsoever. The S&P 500, all we're doing is placing the stock inside of a channel setup. Now, we know that there is more room to fall than there is to spike. Right now, we do have a lot of fading and dropping and weakness. You guys can see at this moment, top resistance, top resistance, top resistance. You guys can see at this moment, we do have bottom support, bottom support, bottom support. If you are interested for any sort of dip buy whatsoever, it is going to be back on down near these red lines. You guys do have, again, top resistance up near this blue line. As you guys have seen, you have had dip buy and bounce play, dip buy and bounce play. There could definitely be a small dip buy and bounce play coming on up. So let's see, is the upcoming candle is going to be green? I mean, you just came on down to 590. You're right back up towards around 590.76. The only issue is, yes, you can look for a dip buy at this area, but we're still overall pointed down. It's like we're overall still pointed down. You're basically buying the play for a small little move on up while the entire market's moving on down. So it's tough. It's tough to go against the flow of traffic. If you want to short this play, you probably have better odds. You probably have a little bit of better potential because you have momentum with you. Now, still, at the bottom, you usually see a dip. Bottom, you usually see a dip. Bottom is usually the best dip. I would not do a dip buy unless you can get it right at the purple line. If you can get it right at the purple line, you're doing great. If you do it right at the purple line, you're doing an amazing area. All right, here, team. Guys, there's that dip buy. There's that bounce. So even if you guys didn't get filled, let's say, hey, Dek, I didn't get filled. I'm just watching and learning and listening. This is what I want you guys to really gauge. This is what I want you guys to understand. You guys can just see how I just called that. You guys can just see, hey, look at that nice green candle off that bottom support line. The S&P 500 came on down to the purple line, purple support, bounced off it, nice big green candle at this moment. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be extremely blunt and say I cannot predict every moment of the stock market. For me to say that, that is wrong. That is, again, me being false. That is me being a liar. I cannot predict every market, every second, every candle of the stock market. It's just not possible. There is times of gambling, but there are also times of predictability. The predictability is going to be at major areas of support, and the predictability is going to be at major areas of resistance. Anything in the middle is going to be where the issues are at, where the gamble is at, where, again, the trouble is at. So if I take a look over on the S&P 500, and let's just make it very simple here, here's top resistance, and let's say, again, here is right here, bottom support. I can tell you, comes up to resistance, hey, predictability is it's going to fall on down. And it does. Hey, predictability, it's going to bounce back on up. And it does. Hey, predictability, it's going to fall on down. But if you said, Dek, what's going to happen right here? Sometimes, again, I can't say at this moment in the middle, oh, it's going up or down. It might go up a little bit and then fade back on down. Oh, hey, now it's predictable. Watch for a bounce play. Then it starts moving on up. But I can't say, oh, the next candle's green or red. You can be able to predict trends. You can predict momentum. You can predict what's going to be happening overall. But you can't predict, oh, what is going to be the next candle. What is the next candle going to do? Is it going to go up or down? What you can say is, hey, at the purple line, watch for a reversal to happen. At this purple line, watch for a reversal to happen. But stay away from the middle. The middle is where I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know, guys, if we're going to hit this VWAP and we're going to come right back on down, or if we're going to break the VWAP and move back on up. I don't know. I'm being honest with you. I have no idea what's going to happen. The only predictable areas is support and resistance. That is where predictability is going to be at. S&P 500 still trying to move here slightly. ALZN, guys. ALZN still getting weaker. If it goes back underneath 730, watch for a fade probably back on down to the 50-day moving average. 50-day moving average is back on down to 645. ALZN traders already kind of showing a little bit of weakness. Spiked up towards 875, came back on down. Spiked up to 875, came back on down. Then spiked up to 820, came back on down. Then spiked up to 820, came back on down. What does that mean, guys? Every time it spikes, it's getting a little bit weaker than the last one. 875 fade, 820 fade. Now maybe only 790 fade. The thing is, that's not what you want to see. You don't want to see every spike getting a little bit lower than the last one. That means buying volume is getting weaker. That means, again, shorters are getting stronger. That means the trend is starting to go downwards. So if you want ALZN to stay in play, or if you want ALZN to take on off, the number one thing you want is get above 820, 825. Break this downtrend. Break, again, the lower highs. Break the fact that people are starting to say, ooh, hey, we are starting to fade. We are starting to fall. We are starting to get a little weaker. We want to break that trend right there, okay? If ALZN goes underneath 740, 730, it's most likely going to fall all the way back down to that 50-day moving average. ALZN is the number one top gainer on the day. Then STRM was number 2, but that stock's just going to move sideways all day. It's not going to do anything STRM. ZEO, this play, still hasn't done anything at all either so far today. This has just been forming upper shadows and been fading and falling. HBIO at this moment, little bit of a squeeze and spike. Stock's only, again, 40 cents. Be careful on it. NAOV, that stock's kind of fading on down. WETO, that stock's kind of fading on down as well. So not too much I have at this moment here, traders, other than, again, maybe watching for the SPY to get a little bit of spike. If you guys do have any questions, comments, concerns, right now is an absolutely awesome time to ask. I'm going to run across the room real quick, fill up my bottle of water, and we'll be all set, ready to keep this party going. If you have any questions, please ask. In the near future, obviously, again, S&P 500 waiting and watching and seeing what we're going to get out of this play. That one's still, again, just kind of fading its way back on down. ALZN right here. ALZN weakness. STRM, no. HBIO, no. Let's see what's going on with CNBC. Let's kind of head on over to CNBC, kind of see where the world's talking about. Probably, again, just the tariff talk. Let's see, guys. We got 3 takeaways from NVIDIA earnings. We'll check that on out. You know, it looks like they're working on some robotics. It says Trump advisor Hassett is confident tariffs will prevail despite judge's rating. S&P 500 gains as court blocks Trump tariffs. NVIDIA results spark a little chip rally once again. Federal court, strikes down Trump reciprocal tariffs. All things we kind of know. So again, kind of the big things as we know is federal trade court strikes down Trump's reciprocal tariffs. A federal trade court struck down President Donald Trump's worldwide reciprocal tariffs and ordered the administration to stop collecting them. That's kind of crazy, right? Hey, no more tariffs for anyone. No more tariffs. 3-judge panel on the Court of the International Trade said Trump exceeded any authority granted by International Emergency Economic Powers Act, imposing the import levies in halting tariffs Trump ordered on Canada, Mexico, and China to combat during trafficking. Judge said that they failed because they do not deal with the threats set forth in those orders. So that's, again, what's happening right there. You guys can see S&P 500 gains as court blocks Trump's tariffs, things that we have already discussed, things that we have already talked about. NVIDIA. Let's see. NVIDIA results spark global chip rally. NVIDIA shares jumped after posting a positive set of earnings, sparking a rally in global semiconductor stocks. NVIDIA has been seen by investors as bellwether for the broader semiconductor industry and artificial intelligence. So, we all know that here, traders. So basically what we've had, right? We know, again, in 2023, 2024, NVIDIA was like the poster boy. It was, you want to make money in the stock market, you buy NVIDIA. That was, again, 2023, 2024. It's not like that right now. Sure, NVIDIA is moving on up, but it's not anything crazy, right? It's nothing nuts right now. Back in 2020 and 2021, it was Tesla. Tesla was the golden boy. 2020, 2021, you want to make money, you buy Tesla, right? And then Tesla got a huge following. Now NVIDIA has a huge following. There will be another play. There will be another play coming up in the near future that will be just like, if you want to take a look here, and it gets me so excited. It really does. Gets me so excited. If you guys take a look over on Tesla, take a look what happened. 2020, 2021, you buy Tesla, you made tons of money. Doesn't this look exactly like NVIDIA? NVIDIA here, right? NVIDIA, 2023, 2024, you buy it, you make tons of money. That's the way it works, right? There's going to be something else. If that's a robotic company, if that's a self-driving vehicle company, if that's a chip company, if that's a quantum computing company, if that's whatever, where all of a sudden it's going to be the new poster boy. So you can always kind of stay alert and be aware that, again, you will find kind of the new hottest trend, the new hottest play, the new hottest poster boy coming up in the near future. There you go. Trader Mike Deck, I shorted ALZN, was able to make $1,600. Man, that gets me so excited. That gets me so excited for the future, Trader Mike. Saying, hey, Deck, I'm already shorting, made $1,600, making this money. Right now, ALZN traders, obviously, of course, staying smart. And ALZN still, again, continuously dropping. Still dropping and fading. And this is why I say this every single day. Top gainers are just going to turn into the best shorters. Let me ask you guys a question right now, and I don't want to rub salt in anyone's wounds. I don't want to rub salt in anyone's wounds. But team, ALZN, what did it do all pre-market? ALZN went from $3.48, spiked up to $9. Buying at $9, buying at $8. The stock is up, ALZN, like 200%. What do we expect that's going to happen? It's going to have maybe 1 or 2 dip buys. And other than that, it's probably going to turn to a massive red candle today. What did you see on VCIG today? VCIG, again, stock went from $2 to $6. Guess what happens if you buy near $6? You're going to get destroyed and you're going to lose. That's the way it works. What's going to happen over on NAOV? NAOV went from 89 cents and spiked up to $1.80. Guess what? You buy up next to $1.80, you get destroyed. You know what happened on WETO? WTO went from $2 and spiked up to $5. Guess what? It goes from $5 and dumps back down to $2. If you are a person that is, again, taking any losses because you are buying stocks after they spike, get ready for shorting. That's it. Easy as that. Because the thing is, you will not lose that money. You're going to say to yourself, hey, Dek, ALZN's up 150%. I'm looking for a short. Beautiful, right? That's where, again, the money comes from. Kyle, how do you know when to short a stock? Again, not to spike up towards $9. Again, all things we're going to go over. But what's the number one thing that you can do, right? Number one thing that you can do. Stock spikes up towards, let's say, 875. Falls back on down. Stock spikes back up towards around 875. Have a stop loss at 915. So, team, I can't stress this enough. As long as you place a stop loss or have a mental stop loss or just willing to get out if you're wrong, you're never going to take a massive loss. If I short a play next week or, again, in the upcoming week where I say, all right, I'm doing 1,000 shares at 875 and it spikes up to 930 and I lose $600, I'm out. Because I'm not risking the play to go up to $10, $11, $12. People say the same thing every day. Oh, shorting is so dangerous. The stock can keep on going up even higher and higher and higher. Then just have a stop loss and get out. Have discipline, right? It's the same exact thing if you want to say, oh, I could say dip buying's dangerous. What if the stock just keeps going lower and lower and lower, right? Regardless, if a stock goes from $10 to $12, you're taking a loss. If a stock goes from $10 to $8 and you're looking for a dip buy, you're taking a big loss. So again, have a stop loss. There's no harm done. But as you guys can see here, I'm going to try to guide you the best I possibly can to success. I'm going to make sure every single person here is going to win. I'm going to make sure I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that every single trader comes out on top. I know sometimes I say a blunt thing to you guys, and it's just because I don't ever try to sell you la fantasy. Let me again sit on a Lamborghini. And again, you know, like I want everyone to make a Lamborghini money. I want everyone to be able to be a full-time stock trader. I want everyone to be able to buy a house and travel the world and all that stuff. But again, here, you're not going to be getting fluff. You're not going to be getting go buy my course. Here, you're not going to be getting that. Like, these are the answers. You want answers, I'm just going to give them to you. That's the way that I like to do business. That's the way that I like to be a mentor. I don't want to say, oh, Dek, can you teach me about shorting? Sure, go ahead and buy this trading course for $9,000. It's like, you guys are already here. Let me just tell you everything you need to know. So the thing is, we will go over tons of lessons in the next, week or so as we get prepared for shorting. Dek, where would you have gotten in on ALZN for shorting? Probably right next to 875. 875 is always, again, my favorite go-to shorting area. Guys, SPY. Let's again bring this on up. Go S&P 500. Take a look at the chart now. S&P 500. What do we have? Next dip buy opportunity. If again we bring this on down, traders, S&P 500. We're trying to say where's the next dip buy opportunity? We might go on down towards the low 589s here. Probably 589s would be the next dip buy opportunity. Low 589s. Next dip buy opportunity over on the SPY. Dek, home sales coming on down. Home sales, guys, are a little bit interesting. I will tell you this. I do not, and just a little heads on up, the S&P 500 is still, again, fading a little bit. So I will tell you guys this at this moment. Home sales, that's a tough one. And the reason why it's kind of tough is because this is what we see. Okay, I'm literally going to break down the housing market for you guys in less than 30 seconds. You guys ready for this? So what we had is back in 2021, we had that time that everyone had to stay inside and you can't get 6 feet closer to anyone. You got to wear, again, a double mask. And if you touch anyone, you're going to die. Basically, that's what we had back in 2021. So for us to stimulate the economy, guess what we had to do? We had to drop interest rates. When we dropped interest rates to basically nothing, 0%, everyone said to themselves, let me go take advantage of this. Let me go take out car loans. Let me go take out credit card loans. Let me go get a mortgage and get the lowest possible rate I can get for 30 years. Great idea. So what everyone did is everyone bum rushed and said, let me buy cars. Let me buy houses. Let me again get things when we have a 0% interest rate. And we saw the prices of cars and homes and everything just absolutely skyrocket. didn't we? We saw homes that were $200,000 selling for $400,000. Homes that were $400,000 rip all the way up towards $800,000. It was insane. Now, obviously, with all this buying, we started seeing one little thing: inflation. Inflation also ripped and ran higher and higher until it hit a peak at 9.2%. Jerome Powell said, hey, inflation is getting out of control. Ladies and gentlemen, we can't have 0% interest rates anymore, and we raised interest rates. Now, if you want to get a home nowadays, it's going to cost you probably around 7.5% interest rate. Now, that's a much different than 1-2% in interest rates, isn't it? So the thing is, we don't have as many people buying houses at this time. But even though people are not buying houses at this time, people also aren't selling houses at this time. So home prices are basically just sitting stagnant at where they were. So again, a home price still moved itself all the way on up, and it's not falling, it's just moving sideways. Because the thing is, if you want to buy my home, you have to buy it at a high price, because if I'm going to get another home, I'm going to have a very large interest rate. So what everyone expected was, number one, people expected that the housing was going to spike on up, turn into a bubble, and crash all the way back on down. That never happened. Now, the reason why that didn't happen is because we still have a low supply of homes. There is still, again, like 300 million Americans that live and rent through apartments, and townhomes, and duplexes. They don't actually have a house. We still need so many homes to be able to build just to catch up to supply. On top of that, no one wants to sell a home. So it's not like there's a massive demand right here and a huge amount of supply. People are, again, maybe not wanting to buy as many homes because interest rates are higher, but also people aren't selling homes because they don't want to go back out in the market and get a high interest rate. So homes basically exploded in price in 2021. And now in 2024, 2025, they are more, again, just holding this area. Even, again, slightly moving on up here still a little bit. Now, guess what's going to happen? Probably in the fall. In the fall time, Jerome Powell, Federal Reserve guy, comes on out. He's going to be saying, hey, you know what? We've had interest rates at a very high level for a long time now. It's been about 2 years of holding up interest rates. We are going to start cutting and slashing interest rates. And the moment that happens, what do you think is going to happen? Housing prices, guys, is going to explode up even higher. We went on our rip. We kind of were stagnant with a slow climb. Once we drop interest rates, prices are now going to go up to its next leg. So it's good news and bad news. If you have a house right now, your home probably has appreciated a ton. If you bought a home in 2020, 2021, even 2022, you might have been able to make 30-40% on your home price already. Now, with that being stated, if you don't have a home, it's probably going to get even more expensive coming on up. And that's just because we have a lack of supply. And probably in the next 6 months, when Jerome Powell says we're going to be cutting interest rates, these home prices are even going to go up even higher. I know people that bought a home for $300,000, and guess what? They're already making $500,000 if they wanted to sell their home. I know people that bought a home for $600,000, and they're selling them for $900,000. So again, real estate has been slow and steady and extremely appreciative over the last 3 years here. So one of my good friends, again, he actually just put his house up for sale here. Let's see here. He put his house up. I don't want to be going over like the address and everything, but I'm going to show you over on Zillow. Let's see here. He bought his home. So he just bought this home. This is his house. One of my friends I went to high school with. He bought this home on 7-3-23. This was his sale. He bought it at $372,000. He just put it up for sale yesterday for $429,000. So basically, if he sells this home, he's going to be making close to about a $55,000 profit, right? $372, $429. Yeah, he's going to be making a nice, almost $60,000 in profit. That's, again, holding it for a year, right? That's holding it for a year and a little bit more, right? Just making a free $60,000 like that. I mean, look what homes have done. This home was $151,000. Then again, it got up to $372,000. Now it's all the way up to $429,000. Just keeps on going. Right? So, that's pretty nuts to see how crazy this uptrend has been, and this uptrend is still going up even more. Now, when we cut interest rates, it's going up even higher. So, shout out to anyone who does have a home, but I definitely understand, the issue with, oh man, I've been searching for a home and things are just getting outpriced by me even more. And again, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I think when we cut interest rates, it's going to be even crazier once again. So right here, traders, we got S&P 500 still falling. S&P 500 traders still fading and falling. S&P 500 still dropping itself back on down. And now, again, we are actually underneath this channel. A lot of weakness right now in the S&P 500. Dek, how much lower can this go? Go to yesterday's closing price. Yesterday's closing price is all the way back down to 587.70. If we do keep seeing the S&P 500 keep on falling, we're going back on down to yesterday. SPY right now, still again fading on down. Watch that little dip buy and bounce play at that 587.50 mark. So SPY still giving a lot of its gains back. How about again these morning rips? STRM again moving sideways, got acquired at around the price of $5. Not going to move off that play. HBIO, smaller play, looks like it's trying to steal some hype as everything else is getting quiet. ALZN, guys, ALZN, what becomes the top gainer becomes the best short. What did I say? Back underneath the VWAP, going to go back down to the 50-day moving average. That's exactly what we're seeing. Guys, ALZN right back down to the 50-day moving average. ZEO. ZEO might get a little lunch hour squeeze. If you break $3 and break the VWAP of 315, you might get a little bit of that VWAP squeeze back on up. NAOV, no. WTO, nope. A lot of the penny stocks, guys, are starting to kind of end. A lot of the penny stocks are starting to end. A lot of the penny stocks are starting to get weaker here. S&P 500 still has room to be able to fade and fall, as we have discussed. Back on down probably to yesterday's old close of 587.60. Really just has been a lot of negative momentum, a lot of fading and falling, and that's why I said it's kind of very scary to buy this play right now. Very scary to get involved in this play. Very scary to buy the stock at this moment. So SPY, we're going to be watching that one here. Where's Bitcoin's price at? With, again, you know, talking about eliminating tariffs. Could that help Bitcoin? Bitcoin's at 107,000. I mean, Bitcoin's been legit, guys. Year to date, currently up 15% year to date at this time. Guys, is there any like crypto hype right now that I'm missing? I always love, again, you know, having Tradecaster and having so many people in Tradecaster because I get to ask you guys, is there any sort of like crypto hype that's going on? Is there any like, you know, new thing? You know, what do I mean by new thing? You know, new thing like NFTs was a new thing that took on off. Then, of course, we had Bitcoin. That took on off. Then we had altcoins. That took on off. Then we had meme stocks or meme coins. Those took on off. Is there any, like, new thing that's developing that anyone knows about? Is there any, like, oh, Dek, this is, like, starting to pick up a lot of attention. This is starting to pick up a lot of hype. Usually, again, for something to catch a lot of hype, we need one big thing that kind of everyone knows about. Like, for instance, guys, let me go over an example, okay? What are some big things that happen that kind of start trends? Who remembers NFTs back in 2021? Well, again, what started that, for anyone who does not know, is there was a big auction at Sotheby's where, again, someone purchased I think it was $113 million digital art. That's what started with it. Wow, someone's out there going to purchase a $113 million piece of art or a $13 million, whatever it was. It was something crazy like that. That's what started the trend, which everyone started making NFTs. Oh, I can make online art, and everyone went crazy with that. That's what started. Then again, with AI, ChatGPT came on out. That's what started all the AI craze. So again, certain things come on out, and then all of a sudden people say, oh, wow, that's nuts. Same like with meme stocks. GameStop started happening. Meme stocks started going crazy with AMC and BlackBerry and all these other ones, right? Same exact thing with meme coins, right? Where again, like, what was the first kind of meme cryptocurrency, right? You know, like we see kind of some meme cryptocurrencies, and then Trump comes out, and then the Haktua coin and all that stuff. So it's like, you know, we need kind of like one big new tech, one big new thing in tech that kind of kicks off the crazy party. This big brand new thing in tech led to the crazy spike. This big brand new thing in tech leads to this, you know, so it's like sometimes you just need one big thing. It shouldn't be secretive a lot of times. It's kind of something that hits hard and then it takes over the world. So right now, traders, S&P 500, 1017 in this market. If you guys do have any questions, comments, concerns, as always, great time to ask. I love your feedback. I love hearing from you guys and everything that you guys are doing. Right now, team, S&P 500, low of the day. is 588.85. We might get a new low coming on up here. Look for that dip buy and bounce play. So SPY, we are again going to keep our eyes peeled. Hey, Jared, there's always going to be like those new hype tech waves. Obviously, again, I'm not going to force anything, right? Like if there's no hype, if there's no crazy, you know, ripping and running, I don't force anything. You know, that's the thing. Like I have. Let me be honest with you. I have like different friend groups, as in like in investing wise. I have one friend who trades 20 times a day. I'll say, what did you trade today? He goes, oh, I traded STRM, HBIOL, ZN, CEO, WTO, NALV, DDC. I traded all these plays today. And he loses on half, he wins the other half, and hopefully he comes out green. I have that friend. I have another friend who trades, again, only in pre-market and after pre-market in the morning like I do. And I'm like, yo, what did you trade today? He's like, oh, I shorted ALZN today. Made my money, I'm good. That's, again, I love that. I have another friend who only trades, again, like twice a month. Guy says, yeah, I literally just sit back and wait for an easy trade, and when I do it, I just make enough money to live my life. That's another way to trade. The thing is, guys, a lot of times, you know, the thing that hurts you the most is greed. The thing that hurts you the most is always wanting to make more every single day of every single second. That's what usually hurts the most in your stock trading careers. You know, wanting to trade nonstop in every single second, that's what's really going to hurt. Okay? So again, always wait for that easy setup. Today, I want to go ahead and pull the trigger on the S&P 500. Dek, where do you want to pull the S&P 500 trigger? Probably right underneath 588. If I can see some 587s, I think I want to pull the trigger over on my prop firm today. And the reason why I want to do that is just because I think that is going to be a great dip buy. S&P 500 has now fallen from 598 and is coming all the way back down to the previous close. Previous close of 587 after getting about a $10, $11 drop. That's going to be a great opportunity where other people, you know, psychologically are going to see, oh, wow, we closed at this area. This is going to hold up as support. If we can get a dip anywhere underneath, I would say 588, it would be an awesome dip buy for us. So SPY, high watch and high alert here still. Not on anything. You can see my profit 0 out of 0, but I will pull the trigger if the S&P 500 goes underneath 588 to give it a chance. Give that a chance. See if we can make some money. Dek, you have a lot of friends. I have some friends. I have some. Louis the Lightning Bug. Hey, Dek, running late today. Did you decide the broker on the shorting? Again, you'll get all that information Monday. Monday morning, you'll get all that information, buddy. So Monday morning, you'll get all that information 110%. Let's see if, again, S&P 500 keeps getting weaker here. I want to wait for that drop. I want to get a, one nice live trade with you guys right here. Wait for that sell-off. Bounce play off the old previous, again, closing area. Notice, again, it bounced right off that 587.95 mark. Then it came back on down, came a little bit lower towards like 587.50. Get a little bounce play. I do think previous closes are usually a great area for dips. So, again, previous closes, especially after an $11 drop. Let me ask you guys this right now. Would anyone say, oh, Dek, if you get a dip buy at 587 or 587.90, it's a bad area? Would anyone criticize me if I look for a dip buy off that support line? After waiting for an $11 drop, after seeing the market crash all the way back down to where we started, would it be a bad idea for me to enter at a previous close? Would anyone criticize me? And if you guys do criticize me from, again, getting in that area, you can mind your own fucking business, okay? Because I'm doing it. Okay? I didn't ask for your opinion. I kind of did, but again, I don't care about it because I know, again, I like my area. So, again, mind your own business, eh? Right now, S&P 500. Guys, something you will learn, okay, by watching the stream. I might ask for your feedback, but at the end of the day, guys, I'm going to do what the heck I want to do. Okay? And you know what? I'm going to tell you why I'm going to do it. And if you don't like it, you can go kick rocks. There's a little X at the top right-hand corner of your browser right there. Go ahead and click it. Get the fuck out of here! Right now, S&P 500. I'm getting ready to go. JS, what symbol you use on the one-stop prop? Yep, it's US 500. US 500 right there. So absolutely. Let me. If you want to go ahead and trade on the one-stop prop, it's US 500. That's the S&P 500. I still want to see if that thing is going to fade on back down. I want to see if that thing can fade back on down here. Alabadiz! Deck, I just started paper trading because of you. I'm up 100. I'm up 17% shorting over on ALZN. Great job. Again, keep that party going. Come on, Spy. Let's get him some momentum. Let's get him some action. I want to switch up the tunes here a little bit. I want to get ourselves again going. I want to kind of switch things on up, get the energy on up, get ourselves ready to rock and roll and get ourselves going even more here. Sometimes every now and then when things are slowing down or we're kind of waiting for a little bit of a better spike and rip and run, we got to switch things on up to keep this party going even more. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go. All right, here, team. Right now, Spy still has yet to come on down. It's going to. I think if we give this another 20 minutes or so, we'll get it. If we give this, I think, another 20 minutes or so, I think we're going to get it. I think we're going to get that nice area. I think we're going to get that nice play. You know what? While we're waiting for the Spy to come back on down, you know what I do like? It's nice to kind of look at these plans. It's nice to see Rocket Lab all the way back up near $30. That's pretty impressive. Rocket Lab back up next to $30. That's pretty awesome. We also had IONQ, right? Back on up towards around $45. That's pretty impressive. Space exploration coming on back. Ooh. Quantum computing starting on back. Ooh. Are we having, again, SoFi? SoFi was starting to work itself back on up a little bit. You know what I will say about SoFi? A lot of people talk about SoFi. Like, a lot of people. What I will say that I like about SoFi a good amount is just the pure fact that SoFi is like one of those companies that, you don't realize it's only at $13 per share. And I say that because SoFi has an entire $1 billion stadium, right? It's where the Chargers play. It's where the Rams play. On top of that, you might have seen that new golf, TGL, in the winter, right? They basically made it the SoFi Golf Stadium. So they have, again, an NFL stadium. They have a golf stadium. They're a legitimate name. People hear about SoFi all the time. Literally, again, my fiance, she has, a whole bunch of student debt. And, SoFi will, again, come and send us mail and be like, oh, refinance, through SoFi. It's not like SoFi is a random little penny stock. SoFi, I see the name a lot. SoFi sponsors a lot of different sporting events and tries to get their name very credible and recognizable. And again, I see that. And again, SoFi being only a $13 stock could, again, not be the future. Could SoFi, again, be the future of banking and the future of financing? Potentially. So we are all good here. All set. Can we get that SPY dip, though? I need one more little dip on the SPY. I need one little drop on the SPY. A lot of these penny stocks are slowing on down. A lot of these penny stocks slowing on down, starting to fade, starting to drop here a little bit more. Come on now. I want to see if the SPY can get a little bit weaker for us. It seems like it is getting a little bit of that bounce play, trying to move on up. I do want to open it up, though. Any final questions, comments, or concerns in case, again, our buying, in case we can't, get that drop. What I will say, guys, is if you want me, again, trading big money, if you want me going crazy, it all starts on up again Monday, June 9th. So, if you're sitting here and be like, man, I want Dek to trade. I want Dek to go nuts. Guys, you haven't seen nuts. You haven't seen crazy. You haven't seen a 31-year-old man with a six-pack take off his shirt on TradeCaster.com, but you're going to. You've never seen, again, a guy go absolutely so crazy he's about to dump water on his head, put some ice cubes down the spine of his back. You're about to. You've never seen a man, again, sit here on a live stream, again, speaking a different language because he's tongue-tied, as, again, he makes so much money in the market, shorting against these plays. You're about to. You never see a man, again, rock a snapback and then turn it forward, then, again, turn it back to the snapback because he's taking things serious. You're about to. You never seen, again, someone wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning, jump in the shower, jump in the chlorine pool, then jump back in the shower, and again feeling refreshed, ready to again attack this market on the negative downside. You're about to. Everyone strap the fuck up! It's going to be good. Wolfhound, anyone that has been here for more than a day has probably seen that. Okay, maybe you have. But I'm saying again, it's been a minute. It's been a while since the big account came around. Guys, I can't tell you how jacked up I am. I want to start trading it right now, but I just want to do it right. I want to slowly get it there, for this next week so everyone can sign up to the broker account. We can all have the same shorts, all have the same discounts, all of that stuff. So that's all coming again, as you guys know, on Monday. I'll give you guys all that stuff. All right, SPY. If the SPY does fall back on down towards that 587-ish area, 587.50 to 587.80 area, that's where we're going to get that dip buy over on the prop firm account. Just want to be honest with you. Also, STRM, don't need it. HBIO, very tiny play at this moment, breaking the 50-day moving average, room to run up towards 80 cents if interested. ALZN, guys, fading all the way back on down to the 50-day moving average. Whatever is the top gainer becomes usually the best shorter. ZEO, this stock is again fading all the way back on down. Needs to break again $3 and the VWAP to keep on spiking. WETO, nothing there. NAVO, nothing there. Guys, if you aren't looking for a dip buy in the S&P 500, I highly recommend just being smart, using your head, waiting for a best game plan, and again, pulling the trigger only with something with good volume. There's no reason to put yourself in any sort of bad positions. As you guys can see, where is the most time to make money? The most time to make money every single day is in pre-market. Dek, we saw a massive spike over on NAOV, and it gave it all back. VCIG came out with hot news and went on a massive spike, and it gave it all back. We saw ALZN this morning went on a massive spike and gave it all back. Honestly, if you want to make money on the buy side, you have to wake up before the stock market opens. If you want to make money on the short side, that's where, again, you can be here till about 10:30. After 10:30, things start slowing on down, things start getting a little bit weaker, and things start dropping on down and off. All right? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we are, again, coming on down to the final week. You guys will get all broker information over on Money Monday. We will be live on YouTube every single day as we get ready for the large account. We will be shorting, we will be going over lessons, and we will, again, make sure every single person is all set, ready to go. Probably next week is going to be definitely a lot of, trades, but at the same time, a lot of shorting lessons. I want to make sure every single person is prepared and ready to rock going into the future. If you are not prepared, you are not going to win. So I'm going to do everything I can next week to make sure you guys are 100% prepared. Shorting, understanding it, fundamentals, strategy, and how to make this cash. All right? So, team, let's get ourselves ready to rock. Let's get ourselves ready to go. It's 10:30 in this market. Unless the market falls back on down to the S&P 500, back on down towards 587.50, I'm not going to be pulling the trigger. I'm going to be here all day for Tradecaster members. I'm going to jump off the YouTube live stream, put up the other live stream for you guys so that you guys are all set. And as always, if you need anything at all, you guys can always reach out to me. If that's a member or non-member, DM me, email me. Email's the best way to get to me, dekmartrades@gmail.com. I'm happy to help you guys on out. Traders, I love working with you guys. I love being here with you guys day in and day out. That's what it's all about, making sure you guys are growing and becoming better and better and better. I love it, team. Enjoy it, and let's get ready for what's about to come up in the future here. This is only the small taste of what we're going to have. Get excited. Get ready to rock and roll. Help me wrap this thing on up. As always, I love you guys. Let's do it, team. In 3, 2, 1. Traders, happy Thursday. I'm here all day if you need anything. And if, again, the S&P 500 does come on down, we'll get ready for that dip buy. I love you. I'll see you then. Did you make money today? Did you make a profit today? Did you come out on top today? I'm the Batman.
I got this question the other day. Why are you successful?
So I ball so hard, motherfucker.
$1,000 profit today.
But first niggas gotta find me.
$700.
50 grand to a motherfucker like me. Can you please remind me? Ball so hard, this shit crazy. Y'all
$1,000.
don't know that don't shit phase. And as we go,
Lock it on
I'm
up.
too when I look at you like this shit gravy. Ball so hard, this shit weird. We ain't even pro be here. Ball so hard since we
1,400.
here. It's only right that we be fair.
Who's ready for $1 million year?
You should be tasting how to be successful. Jackson, Tyson, Jordan, game